Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Ottawa County Fair on the banks of the Portage River here in Oak Harbor, Ohio. Doug Ballinger, Matt Clark bringing you Ohio Fair Racing Conference action tonight. Second and final night of racing here at Oak Harbor. 12 races last night, 9 carded tonight. Big night last night. Set a couple track records, not the overall track record. 3-year-old Philly Pacers, I know, was a new track record of 157. Emmanuel Miller had 2 driving wins last night. Ryan Stahl had it 2, and Dan Vanier had 2 driving wins. Tyler Bates has 5 horses racing out of his stable tonight. Robert Brooks 4. Becky Zubkoff has 3. And Rosie Weaver also has 3 horses in tonight. First race kicks things off, 3-year-old Colt Trot. Total purse $13,060. This division for $6,530. Field of 5. Ronnie Gillespie will drive the 4. Big Dilly Billy. I'd like to thank some of our fine sponsors bringing you tonight's racing action. Ohio State Veterinary Medical Clinic, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply, Dublin Dally Farms, TheStable.ca, Hickory Lane Farm, Power Play Farm, Cool Winds Farm, Ohio Farm Bureau, and DAC Vitamins. Just some of the fine sponsors that bring you this action throughout the season on the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association broadcast. Big day for the Ohio State broadcast team today. They're racing this evening as we speak at 4 o'clock at Hilliard, Franklin County Fair. Susan Schroeder and Jenna Otten bringing you all the action from Hilliard. Also racing, it was a 4 o'clock post at Lebanon, the Warren County Fair. They have, I believe, 18 big races there tonight. Bringing you the action there is, who is that? I don't know who's bringing the action at for sure from the Warren County Fair, but you can find them if you want to watch the racing from Lebanon. But 9 big ones here tonight. Getting set for a post parade. Field of 5 for the first. Let's go to Bill Peters.
Our starting post word for race 1. That's the first division of the 3-year-old Colt Trot. This is the Musser Enterprises Incorporated of Curtis Trophy Race, going for a purse of $6,530. Number 1 is Hydroplane and Henry, all by Ernie Ayers of Sand Creek, Michigan, and Ellen Belmore, Sylvania, Ohio, trained by Ernie Ayers, the driver, Greg Bateson. Number 2 is I'll Be Seeing You, all by Joseph M. Cramp of Northfield, Ohio, and Michael A. Mitch of Sagamore Hills, Ohio, trained and driven by Joe Cramp. Number 3 is Surge Again, all by Heartland Acres of Walhonding, Ohio, Rosie Weaver of Beach City, Ohio, and Kevy D. LLC of Hudson, Ohio, trained by Rosie Weaver, the driver, Drew Neal. Number 4 is Big Dilly Billy, all by Trina Hohenstein of Hillsdale, Michigan, trained by Brian Boring, the driver, Ronnie Gillespie. Number 5 is Uncle Moneybags, all by Chris Beaver of Radnor, Ohio, Barry Carter of Lancaster, Ohio, VIP Internet Stable of New Jersey, and Tim Holman of Mainville, Ohio, trained by Chris Beaver, the driver, Clifton Bell.
Well, there you had the post parade for the first. 3-year-old Colt Trot for $6,530. Field of 5. Hydroplane and Henry. Greg Bateson for Ernest Stairs. 3-year-old Brown Gullet, son of Marseille. Ernest Stairs in partnership with Ellen Bellamore of Ohio Own. 4 starts in the year, has 3 wins and a third. $12,262 this year, $39,000 lifetime. Took a mark as a 2-year-old, 158 in Fort Delaware. Joseph Cramp drives the 2. I'll Be Seeing You. He also trains and owns in partnership with Michael Mitch. This is the 3-year-old Bay Gelding by Uncle Peter out of the Donato Hanover mare. Zoe B. 5 starts this season with 1 second and 1/3. Lifetime $8,665. Has yet to win a race in the 2 years of racing. Drew Neal, the 3. Surge Again for Rosie Weaver. A $30,000 yearling purchase 2 years ago. This 3-year-old is by Full Count. Heartland Acres, Rosie Weaver and Gabby D. own. 8 starts in the season, has a second and 2/3. Lifetime 7,273. Also, the 3, Surge Again, is yet to find the winner's circle in the 2 years of racing. Ronnie Gillespie picks up the drive in the 4. Big Dilly Billy. Brian Boring trains. 3-year-old Bago, the son of Bullville Powerful. But Trina Hussman of Hillsdale, Michigan. 2 starts this year, yet to hit the board. 4 starts last year, did not hit the board. Rounding out the field, number 5, Uncle Moneybags, Clifton Bell for Chris Beaver. This is a $37,000 Ohio Select purchase 2 years ago. 3-year-old Bago, the son of Uncle Peter out of the Cache Hall mare. Mula Begonia, Beaver of Radnor. Carter, VIP Internet Stable, and J.T. Homan own. 9 starts on the year for Uncle Moneybags, has 1 second, 8,500 this year. 9 starts last year as a 2-year-old, had a win, 3 seconds and a third, 76,000 lifetime. Qualifying time is his record of 58 and 3. That was 2 back on June 30th. As a 2-year-old, Uncle Moneybags was a winner of $67,775. We look across the way. Mike Wepkenberg's starting gate moves into position. Our official starter is John Ingram as he moves the gate. Gate is rolling. Wings open up. It's post time for the first. Hydroplane and Henry. I'll be seeing you. Surge Again, Big Dilly Billy, and Uncle Moneybags. Field of 5. Let's go to Bill Peters to give us the call.
The post starting gate is rolling now. There they come. They're off and trotting. The first horse away is Hydroplane and Henry. And their second is I'll Be Seeing You. Dropping in third is Surge Again. Fourth is Big Dilly Billy. And the last horse is Uncle Moneybags. As they make the turn now to head down the backside to race over to that quarter-mile mark, Greg Bateson has Hydroplane and Henry on top by 3 lengths. Trotting second is I'll Be Seeing You, driven by Joe Cramp. Third is Surge Again, driven by Drew Neal. Moving up on the outside fourth is Uncle Moneybags, driven by Clifton Bell, as Big Dilly Billy, driven by Ronnie Gillespie, is off stride. Past the quarter-mile mark, that's Hydroplane and Henry with the lead.
30.
First quarter trotted in 30 seconds. That's Hydroplane and Henry still with the lead. Trotting second is I'll Be Seeing You. Third is Surge Again. Racing in there fourth, that is Uncle Moneybags, and fifth and still off stride is Big Dilly Billy. Coming down toward the half-mile mark, the front 4 pretty well bunched. That's Hydroplane and Henry and Greg Bateson bringing the horses down to the half. Sitting in the golden chair second, that's Joe Cramp with I'll Be Seeing You. Third is Surge Again. Fourth is Uncle Moneybags. And farther back, fifth is Big Dilly Billy.
1 and 4.
First half trotted in 101 and 4/5. As they round the turn now to head down the backside to race over to that 3/4 mile mark. The one to catch is Hydroplane and Henry. The horse second trying to catch up is I'll Be Seeing You. Third is Surge Again. Up on the outside fourth comes Uncle Moneybags. And then comes Big Dilly Billy. Going toward that 3/4 mile mark. That's Hydroplane and Henry by 2 lengths over I'll Be Seeing You. Moving up on the outside third is Uncle Moneybags. Fourth is Surge Again.
31 and 2.
3/4 in 131 and 2/5. As they race around that upper turn to head for pay dirt, Hydroplane and Henry kicks into another gear and opens up about 2.5 lengths on I'll Be Seeing You. Uncle Moneybags is on the outside third. Fourth along the rail is Surge Again. As they race toward home, that's Hydroplane and Henry and I'll Be Seeing You. Hydroplane and Henry and I'll Be Seeing You. It's going to be Hydroplane and Henry, wire to wire, and here the outcome. I'll Be Seeing You up for place, Uncle Moneybags for show. 1 mile in 2 minutes and 4/5.
2 minutes and 4/5. Gate to wire. Hydroplane and Henry. Greg Bateson, Ernest Ayres trains, owns a partnership with M. Ellen Melbourne of Sylvania, Ohio. 4th win on the season for Hydroplane and Henry. Checking the track records for 3-year-old trotters. 3-year-old colt trotters, 59 and 4, 2016. Duke Sugg and Secret Trainer.
Doug, if you like hot weather, this is the summer for you. I'm cooking out here right now. There is not a cloud in the sky.
It wasn't bad last night.
No,
It wasn't bad last
The
night.
humidity's actually dropped a little bit today, it feels like, but I mean, it is just full sun out here. Nice crowd, though.
I tell you, we worked together one night, probably 2 or 3 years ago at Findlay one night, and I think that was the worst
Yeah.
time I've
Yeah.
ever. Sun right on us that night.
And now moving down the track in the winner's circle, where the winners go, coming in from Sand Creek, Michigan, and Sylvania, Ohio, comes number 1, Hydroplane and Henry, owned by Ernie Ayers and Ellen Belmore, trained by Ernie Ayers, and driven to victory this evening by Greg Bateson. This is a Musser Enterprises Incorporated of Curtis trophy race. That's a big hand here for Ernie Ayers, Ellen Belmore, Greg Bateson, and Hydroplane and Henry. For race 1 from the top. Number 1, Hydroplane and Henry was the winner. Number 2, I'll Be Seeing You was second. Number 3, Surge Again was fourth. Number 4, Big Dilly Billy was fifth. And number 5, Uncle Moneybags was third. Time of the first quarter was 30 seconds. The half was in 1:01 and 4/5. The 3/4 in 1:31 and 2/5. With a mile in 2 minutes and 4/5. From the top it should read 1, 2, 4, 5, 3 on the bottom. The mile in 2 minutes and 4/5.
Well, the winner returns $360. 125 try was covered, $88.20. Field of 7 going pushward for the second. Lake Erie Tree Service trot, 3-year-old colt trot for $7,020. Greg Bateson will drive the 2. Pete said if you want to print off a program, go to harnessracingohio.com. You can print off a program. We'll be back to take a look at the second race right after we pause for these important messages.
At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year, providing advanced specialty care for sports horses from all stages and disciplines. Our expert team of boarded surgeons and sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sports horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at BigD'sWeb.com. Sign up for text messaging and receive $10 off your order. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
Dublin Valley Farms, home of Volstead Sire of 2024 Ohio Horse of the Year Sugar Instead. Also standing at Dublin Valley Farms, Slay, a promising young son of Chapter 7 and Coach K Hanover by world record holder Walner. Looking for your next winner? Dublin Valley Farms and our clients are offering an exciting lineup of yearlings with current and fashionable pedigrees. Available at public auctions this year. Backed by a team that cares, Dublin Valley Farms, Fredericksburg, Ohio.
In Ohio, Hickory Lane Farm has the stallions you are looking for, like What the Hill, Uncle Peter, and In Range, as well as Branded by Lindy, Jug Winner Luz Pearlman, Racing Hill, and Guardian Angel Oz. Hickory Lane will offer a host of Ohio sired yearlings this fall, including 6 by In Range, 5 by Uncle Peter, 4 by Guardian Angel Oz, and 1 by What the Hill. Find out more at hickorylanefarm.com.
Back here at Oak Harbor, 9 big ones carded tonight. On to the second race. 3-year-old Colt Pace, first of 2 divisions. Total purse $13,940. This division for $7,020. A field of 7. To go to the post, Greg Bateson to drive the 2. Pete said, we begin with number 1, Heyday It's Friday. Pierce Henry driving the 3-year-old Bay Go to Santa down by the seaside out of the Art Major mare. Lexington Select, $27,000 yearling purchase 2 years ago. Has 6 starts on the season, has 3 seconds and a third. Took his mark as a 2-year-old of 156-3 at Northfield Park last time out at Bell Fountain. Hey, It's Friday. Finished second, beaten a length and a half, paced the mile in 58-1. Greg Bates, as we said, drives number 2. Pete said. Chad Williamson trains 3-year-old Brown Gelding, but well said out of the Esteros mare, the Mistress. Richard Estol of Oakwood, Ohio is the owner. 5 starts, 2 seconds, a third this year. Had 2 wins last year in 11 starts. Made just under $10,000 last year. Took a mark as a 2-year-old at Tiffin of 202-3. Last time out, Pete said, raced at Bell Fountain. That was on the 8th of July. Finished second, beaten 3/4 of a length. Pacing a mile in 202-1. Number 2, Pete said. Drew Neal will drive number 3, Remarkably Smart for Ty Bates. This is a $32,000 Ohio Select purchase 2 years ago. 3-year-old Bago, the son of Racine Hill, out of the Sun Beach Somewhere mare. Serene Stride. Mick Foster, Lucky Ohio owns. 15 starts this year. Has 4 wins, a second and 2/3. $27,750 in the bank this year. A mark at Sauda Downs. 3 starts back of 152. That on the 25th of June. Number 3, Remarkably Smart, and driver Drew Neal. Pierce Henry drives the 4. Hot times tonight. 3-year-old Bay Gelding by Lather Up. Robert Brooks trains. Ivy Holdings owns. 5 starts this year's yet to hit the board. Last year had 2 wins and 9 starts with a second and 2/3. $20,000 in earnings last year. Took a mark as a 2-year-old at 157-2 at Scioto Downs. Number 5 is Spartan Hill. Mark St. Louis Jr. is slated to drive. Steve Novak trains. The 3-year-old Bay Gelding was a $10,000 Ohio Select purchase by Racine Hill out of the Sunshine Bean mare. Sweet Sue, 2 wins in 5 starts. Last year had 8 wins in 15 starts. Lifetime $34,531. Mark is a 2-year-old at 155-3. Last time out for Spartan Hill was a winner on the 8th of July at Bell Fountain of 202. 6, Legendary Photo, Rod Adams Jr. for Jamie Weller. $13,000 Blooded Horse Select purchase. 3-year-old Bago, the son of Bit of a Legend out of the American Ideal mare. Lyra, 6 starts this year, a second and a third. Qualifying time at 201-3 at Northfield Park. Lifetime $8,600 for Legendary Photo. And rounding out the field, 7, Catch the Express. Ronnie Gillespie drives the 3-year-old Bago, the son of Catch the Fire. Ronnie also trains. Owned by basketball legend Samuel Bowie. Samuel Bowie owns of West Palm Beach, Florida. 7 starts this year. 2 seconds, 2/3. Last year was a winner once in 7 starts. $33,860 lifetime. Mark is a 2-year-old of 155-4 at Northfield Park. That's the field for the second. A field of 7 will be going postward shortly. Waiting for a post parade for the second race. As we mentioned, we've got 3 cards going on tonight as we speak. Lebanon at Warren County kicked things off at 4. Ashley Daly and Michael Langer, I believe I found out, are bringing you the action on the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association broadcast from the Warren County Fair. I believe they had 18 big ones slated there tonight. Action also, it was a 4 o'clock start at Hilliard. They had 6 races this afternoon at 12:30. Had a little rain delayed till 12:30, but the evening card started at 4. That's Home Talent Colt Circuit action. Susan Schroeder and Jenna Otten bringing you the action from Hilliard. Carrollton County Fair in Carrollton has a doubleheader tomorrow on Tuesday, July 15th. Home Talent Colt Stake. First station starts at noon. Evening station will start at 5. Racing continues on Wednesday, a doubleheader Wednesday. Racing at Washington Courthouse and Bucyrus. Washington Courthouse starts at 5 on Wednesday, and Saturday the 16th they race at 11 a.m. That is Ohio Colt Racing Association action. A big day of racing on Wednesday. Wiener Dog races, $1,000. Wiener take all. The Wiener Dog final is after the last race. It's Chamber Day on Wednesday. All kind of great giveaways at the Fayette County Fair in Washington Courthouse with a 5 o'clock post. Bucyrus, it's a big day at the Crawford County Fair. They race Wednesday and Thursday, 6 o'clock post on Wednesday with 12 races. 16 races on Thursday. They start at 5 with so many races. Thursday 5 start, Wednesday 6. This is Home Talent Colt Stake action on Wednesday at Bucyrus. I believe there's 5 divisions of the $20,000 Buckeye series for 2-year-old colt trotters.
Make the driver on number 1. Hey, it's Friday. Michael Lee. Michael Lee will drive number 1. Hey, it's Friday.
Driver's change on the 1 just announced Michael Lee to drive the 1. Hey, it's Friday. Getting set for a post parade.
Point your all out. Let's get them together and line up the parade.
The folks trying to find us on Facebook, I apologize. If we can get, we have 2 up there now. Hilliard and Lebanon are up. I just, they're not letting us do a
There
third
it is.
live broadcast consecutively. So that's the link to our
Okay.
page where you can see the race in North Harbor.
A little bit of a breeze, but it's warm. Last night it did get a little overcast.
Yeah, no further that today. It doesn't seem like
There's a jet ski you can see going across the backside there on the banks of the Portage River.
Starting post word for race 2. That's the first division of the 3-year-old colt pace. This is the Lake Erie Tree Service of Oregon Trophy Race, going for a purse of $7,020. Number 1 is Hey, it's Friday. Owned by Michael Lee of Rudolph, Ohio, and Dr. Jill Dental of Delta, Ohio, trained and driven by Michael Lee. Number 2 is Pete Said, owned by Rick Essel of Oakwood, trained by Chad Williamson, the driver Greg Bateson. Number 3 is Remarkably Smart, owned by Mick Foster of Lucky, trained by Ty Bates, the driver Drew Neal. Number 4 is Hot Times Tonight, owned by Ivy Holdings of Apple Creek, Ohio, trained by Robbie Brooks, the driver Pierce Henry. Number 5 is Spartan Hill, owned by Jerry Migel of Westland, Michigan, trained by Steve Novak, the driver Mark St. Louis Jr. Number 6 is Legendary Photo, owned by Stephen Reese of Republic, Ohio, and JNR Racing of Rising Sun, Ohio, trained by Jamie Weller, the driver Rod Adams Jr. Number 7 is Catch the Express, owned by Sam Bowie of West Palm Beach, Florida, trained and driven by Ronnie Gillespie. There's Win, Place Show, Exacta, and Trifecta Wager here in race 2. Attention to buyers, you plan to warm up after race 2. Have your horse ready to come on the track when the horses for this race are going off.
There you had the post parade for the second. 3-year-old Colt Trot for $6,530. See the Portage River on the backside. Gorgeous setting here at the Ottawa County Fair in Oak Harbor. Trotters scoring down. A field of 5 make their way to the gate. Mike Wepkenberg's starting gate. John Ingram, our official starter.
I saw another new gate today down at Hilliard that I hadn't seen before. That Lincoln, right?
Yes.
I don't think I've seen that one. That's a nice
Mike,
ride.
yeah, he talked to me a week or so ago about that gate, and I forget where it came from. But he would have, he's got 3 gates today here. John Ingram starting here. John Wiest, who is a presiding judge at a lot of fairs and works at Dayton. He is starting at the Warren County Fair in Lebanon, and I believe Mike is at Hilliard, the Franklin County Fair. I know he said it's a busy day for him Wednesday. Bucyrus, Washington Courthouse, and I believe he has an Indiana Fair. And tomorrow, as we mentioned, Carrollton County Fair goes. The only fair going tomorrow is the Carrollton County Fair. So the field of trotters have completed their score. They're heading to the gate here momentarily. The gate will be moving into position. I know many of you know Mike Wepkenberg builds all of his own gates. He goes out and purchases that Ford truck, and he builds them from scratch. He has gates at the Meadows that he has built in Pennsylvania. That is Mike's gate. Canada has a couple. They go overseas. I forget where he has them. He builds them from scratch. So the gate is moving into position for the second race.
Any shade anywhere over here? You haven't found any?
All right, so lining up down the backside on the way to the gate. The first horse in at the rail will be Hey, it's Friday. Then comes Pete Said, remarkably smart, hot times tonight. Spartan Hill, legendary photo with Catch the Express on the outside. They're at the post. Starting gate is rolling now. Here they come. Here off and pacing the first horse away is Pete Said. Now taking over along the rail is Hey, it's Friday. Moving up on the outside is Spartan Hill. And on the extreme outside is Catch the Express. Now Catch the Express takes over. Dropping back second is Spartan Hill. As they round the turn now to head down the backside to race over that quarter-mile mark, Ronnie Gillespie has Catch the Express on top by 2.5 lengths. Pacing second is Spartan Hill, driven by Mark St. Louis. Racing third is Hey, it's Friday, driven by Michael Lee. Fourth is Pete Said, driven by Greg Bateson. Up on the outside fifth, that's Hot Times Tonight.
27-4.
That's Remarkably Smart, driven by Drew Neal.
27-4.
First quarter paced in 27 4/5 seconds. As they race around that upper turn to come down past the stand for the first time. Out there on the front end on the outside, that's Hot Times Tonight. At the rail second is Catch the Express. Racing third is Spartan Hill. Racing in there fifth is Hey. Fourth is Hey, it's Friday. Fifth is Pete Said. Moving up sixth is Legendary Photo, where the last horse is Hot Times Tonight. First half paced in 57 3/5 seconds. As they round the turn now to head down the backside to race over that 3/4 mile mark. The one to catch along the rail now is Catch the Express. Pouring on the pressure on the outside second is Remarkably Smart. At the rail third is Spartan Hill. Hey, it's Friday is in there fourth. Pete Said is fifth. Legendary Photo is sixth. Seventh and moving up is Hot Times Tonight. Going to that 3/4 mile mark. That's Catch the Express along the rail and Remarkably Smart on the outside battling it out. Spartan Hill third and looking for racing room, moving to fourth. Now is Pete Said.
127-1.
3/4 in 127 1/5. As they round the turn now to head down Race around an upper turn to head for pay dirt. That's Catch the Express with the lead, but here comes Spartan Hill on the outside. That's Catch the Express now answering the call and pacing right on. That's Catch the Express, Spartan Hill, and Pete said as they race for home, it's going to be Catch the Express. And here they all come. Pete said gets up for place, Spartan Hill for show. Tight in there for fourth. A mile in 1:56 and 4/5.
Wow.
1:56 and 4. Look at our track record sheet here.
That was the first thing that popped into my mind. That was impressive.
It's not an overall track record. 3-year-old Colt Pacer, 55 and 3.
Wow. Three-timer.
Bill Webb has
yeah.
both of them, 3-timer and Dancing Fever. Nice smile there, 27 and 4. 57 and 3, 127 and 1, home in 56 and 4. Catch the Express, Ronnie Gillespie trains and drives for Sam Bowie. 3-year-old Bay Guzzle, son of Catch the Fire. First win of the season.
Yeah, I thought Spartan Hill really got the trip in there and was going to capitalize, but Ronnie had plenty left.
Second was a 2, Pete said, and third to 5, Spartan Hill.
Doug, do you have a sticker for
Yes.
the young lady behind us?
There you go. Mm-hmm. I'd like to remind you, if you haven't attended a fair yet this year, get your passports. Get a sticker at every fair. All kind of nice prizes. As we await the return of the winner. 7 Catch the Express, Ronnie Gillespie.
Let's go. Comes number 7, Catch the Express. Owned by former National Basketball Association player Samuel Bowie of West Palm Beach, Florida. Trained and win a victory by Ronnie Gillespie. This is a Lake Erie Tree Service of Oregon Trophy race.
Ronnie Gillespie, who had a winner or 2 last night. Let's see if he had 2. I know he had 1. Just 1 last night. So he gets his second of the meet.
What's shaking in later for Ronnie Gillespie? He's the next generation winner last year, correct? For 2-year-old Colt Trotter?
It's in later?
Yeah, I believe so. Has
Okay.
the rail. Yep, right there, the 5th race.
Okay, yeah, I turned right. Yes, you're right. A winner of $130,000 last year. Talking about the next generation, Ronnie Gillespie has won 3. I believe they've only went 4 years, I believe, the Trotters.
Yep.
He has won 3 out of 4. He won with Big Range this year. A week ago, last Saturday night, set the track record for 2-year-old Colt Trotters of 154. Ronnie Gillespie is the one that developed a Sugar Instead as a 2-year-old, and she was sold probably about this time last year, maybe June after she won the next generation. Went on to race, still racing for Virgil Morgan Jr. stable.
That Big Ranger last 2 starts made $90,000. You ever think that'd be possible in Ohio?
Rainey was 4th. Number 2, Pete Said was 2nd. Number 3, Remarkably Smart was 6th. Number 4, Hot Times Tonight was 5th. Number 5, Spartan Hill was 3rd. Number 6, Legendary Photo was 7th. Number 7, Catch the Express was the winner. Time of the first quarter was 27 and 4/5. The half was in 57 and 3/5. The 3 quarters in 127 and 1/5, with a mile in 156 and 4/5. From the top, it should read 426, 537. 1 on the bottom, the mile in 156 and 4/5.
Third race up next, 2-year-old Colt Pace, first of 2 divisions for $7,080. Field of 6. We'll be back right after this.
The Franklin County Fair at Hilliard is only 14 miles northwest of Columbus. Hilliard is a young and exciting upscale community of over 37,000 people with a median age of 36 that stay involved. There are 27 metro parks for your enjoyment, the largest of which is Homestead Park. You can visit Weaver Park on the fairgrounds for the history and the scenes of the early settlement that started out in 1853 as just 2 railroad boxcars put together called Hilliard Station. With a short walk into the center, stop by the First Responders Park, which has the only flagpole in America from 9/11 Ground Zero that is not in a museum. Walk down scenic Main Street, where the numerous shops will have the welcome mat out for you. Take a short stroll over the Early Television Museum on Franklin Street. Join us all at the fair that runs from July 14th through July 20th with some great home talent colt stake racing on July 16th and the 17th at 12 noon. Because at the Franklin County Fair at Hilliard, there's always something for you.
Doug, I've never been down to Hilliard Fair. Have you?
Twice. I actually, back in the late 70s, I filled in there for a guy by the name of Dave Wetterman. I was talking to Paul Combs. We rode down together tonight. We was talking about Hilliard. I was somewhere in the afternoon and had to get to Hilliard that night. And I can remember, like I say, this was probably 42, 45 years ago. It rained so hard leaving the fairground that night. But Hilliard, they have bleachers about like this.
Oh, really?
But when I was there, they had the grandstand yet, and it was green and white colors. That's where they held the first Scioto Downs meet ever.
Oh, no kidding.
You didn't know that?
No,
No, Charlie Hill started it up. The first Scioto Downs meet was held there. Honestly, I don't know how many years. I'm going to say 5, 6, 7, 8. I think maybe it was a 30-day meet each summer. But it was a pretty nice grandstand. But they held the meet there before they built where they're at out on High Street at Scioto Downs. And talking about race meets, Marion, Ohio, they had a race. That was the very first race meet in Ohio I heard back in the 40s. They had a race meet at Marion. And I heard that maybe that same year, Troy had a small race meet. But yeah, Hilliard, it's a very fast track.
It seemed like it today.
Yes.
They were going over
a nice
pretty
track. I was there, like I say, announced that race, and then a few years ago I was on my way to Columbus to pick my wife up at the airport. Then I stopped there because they have a 4 o'clock start and watched a few races before I had to go pick her up, but I've only been there twice, I believe.
I almost forgot to tell you, there was a Charles Samples watching today. Did you see that? That would have been the son or
Chuck
grandson?
Samples, the grandson
of Irv.
I know Chuck very well. He is down in Tennessee somewhere. He has a boat marina-like. Do you remember the name Irv Samples?
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that name?
Yeah,
Yep.
I do remember the name, yeah.
There was a horse named after Chuck called Parkway Chuck. Irv Samples. I was actually a pallbearer for him. He died at 62 on May 5th, 1975, I remember. But I worked for him. He had a horse, Wildwood Bill, Great Heart Pick. He had some good. He was a top driver at Scioto in his day. You know, just like Chris Page and Dan Noble and Brett Miller is today. He was and that's before they had a lot of catch drivers. But he would catch drive, but you wouldn't get to drives like you wouldn't drive every race like they do today. You know, he might have a stable of a dozen pretty good horses. He had some nice trotters for Dr. Steiner out of Lima there, Steiner Stock Farm.
Oh, yeah.
Hassie Blaze and Lil Rodney. But catch driving back then, like I say, back then, maybe during the week they would only race 8 races. And then maybe on Saturday would be their big night. They might have 10.
But that would have been heat racing, though, too, wouldn't it? Or was
But
is that after heat races?
No, that wouldn't be heat. I don't know if they ever really had heat races that I can remember at the Big Perry Mutual.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Now, they might have, but I don't know that for sure. Yeah, I noticed when I watched a few that he was watching some. But his dad would be Larry Samples that raced a lot in Michigan. Do you remember that
Okay,
name?
yeah.
That would be Chuck's dad would be Larry.
All right.
He ended up, Irvin's colors was green, dark green with light green with a red with some stripes and stars on it. And then Larry wore those colors when he was with his dad. But was there a C.M. Saunders from Michigan?
I don't remember that name.
I think that's who he had horses for, and he went with a dark blue, light blue. But he would race a lot, and he went to the Michigan way than Larry did. At one time, Michigan had Jackson Raceway, Northville.
Hazel
Park.
Wolverine was up there.
Wolverine.
I actually, that was my first job. It was Ladbroke DRC at that time. They changed it from Wolverine to Thoroughbreds.
Okay. Yes, Sam McKee worked that. I
Yeah.
think, and Sam and I were good friends. I was the first one that Roger ever started, and then about 5 years later it was Sam. And Sam told me one time, we all know how great an announcer Sam was, and he wasn't bragging. That he said what made me the announcer I am today is calling the thoroughbreds at Ladbroke. He said that made me a lot better announcer. Because if you can call, thoroughbreds are tough to call.
Oh, I'm sure.
I've only called them once. Years ago, they had thoroughbreds at Greenville. That's the only time I've ever called them. To me, you just have to change your style. It's much, much different.
Yeah, Larry Colmus, they
Yes,
always
Larry
interview him
Colmus.
before the Kentucky Derby.
Yes.
I can't imagine a 22-horse
Yes,
field trying to
22
keep,
horse,
especially when
yes.
it's sloppy. You can't see their colors and
Yes.
stuff. All the saddle pads are
Well,
the same
and
color.
harness racing, Drew Neal, Ronnie Gillespie, their colors. You just put it, it's eye contact with their colors. But I've been upstairs at Keeneland with Kurt Becker. He's a friend of mine, and Kurt is as good an announcer as there is. And Kurt has got a memory. He don't look at the program. He writes them down the night before, if it's a 14-horse field. And I've watched him before standing right behind him, and he will not take he has the binoculars right up to his face, and he's never actually looking down.
Wow.
He's just got a memory and can go pick up 14 horses just like that.
Oh, yeah, I couldn't do that.
And it's tough because the colors change every race.
Yep. Yeah, because they go with the owner's silks, right?
With the owner's
Yeah,
silks,
yep.
yes. So we get set for post parade for our third race. 2-year-old Colt Pace, this division for $7,080.
Our starting post word for race 3. That's the first division of the 2-year-old Colt Pace. This is the Skyworks of Perrysburg and Egg Pro of Gibsonburg Trophy Race, going for a purse of $7,080. One is Believe Jerry, owned by Jerry Michael of Westland, Michigan, trained by Steve Novak, the driver Mark St. Louis Jr. Number 2 is Rockin' Pippa, owned by Mick Foster of Lucky, trained by Ty Bates, the driver Drew Neal. Number 3 is Always 18, owned by Hosea Williams of West Point, Mississippi, trained and driven by Ronnie Gillespie. Number 4 is Rated PJ, owned by David and Patricia Jury of Bucyrus, trained by Robbie Brooks. The driver is Clifton Bell. Number 5 is Smith and Western, owned by Red Rock Racing LLC of Convoy, trained by Chad Williamson, the driver Greg Bateson. Number 6 is Carmen's Oh So Famous, owned by Dennis Paver of Raymond, Joe Paver of Marysville, trained by Joe Paver, the driver Pierce Henry. There's Win, Place, Show, Exacta, and Trifecta Wager.
Well, third race, field of 6, 2-year-old Colt Pacers. Mark St. Louis Jr., the one, Believe in It, Jerry. Steve Novak trains for Gerald Migel, 2-year-old Bay Golden son of Zuma Kalade. This is a homebred, 2 starts this year, has 1/3. Last time out, finished 4th at Marion, pacing a mile 2:09 and 2. Probably not too bad over that Marion track, which was considered sloppy both days of racing. 2 Rockin' Pippa, Drew Neal for Ty Bates. Nick Foster owns the 2-year-old Bay Golden son of Wells Said. $27,000 Ohio Select purchase. First career start for the 2 Rockin' Pippa. 3, Always 18, Ronnie Gillespie trains and drives. This is a 2-year-old Bay Golden son of Zuma Kalade, a $3,000 Buckeye Classic purchase. Winner last time out and the only time out at Bell Fountain. Winner by 3 3/4 at 2:02 and 1. 4, Rated PJ, Clifton Bell drives for Robert Brooks. Owned by David W. and Patricia A. Jury Busaris, 2-year-old Bay Golden son of Zuma Kalade. Has 4 starts this year, 2 seconds and a 1/3. Last time out finished 3rd, pacing a mile 2:03 and 3 at Bell Fountain. Greg Bateson drives number 5, Smith and Western for Chad Williamson. Red Rock Racing, a Convoy owns, a $10,000 Ohio Select purchase. The 2-year-old Bay Colt is by Western Fame out of Sunshine Beach, out of Sunshine Leah. 4 starts, has a win, a second and a 1/3, $3,900, 2:09 and 3 at Marion last time out. Second at Bell Fountain, pacing a mile 2:01 and 1. Rounding out the field, number 6, Carmen's So Famous. Joe Paver trains, owns in partnership with Joseph Paver. Pierce Henry drives. 2-year-old Bay Colt by Western Fame out of the Mr. Wiggles mare. Oh, so Wiggles Special. 2 starts, a win and a second. $3,300, 2:11 and 1 at Marion. A week ago at Bell Fountain, 52nd, beaten 3 1/4, pacing a mile 2:02 and 4. Winner of that race was Always 18. So a field of 6 making their way to the gate. Post time favorite at 6-5. It is Carmen Is So Famous. And Always 18 set off at 5-2. Let's go to Bill Peters to give us the call of the 3rd.
Here they come. They're off and pacing the first horse away is Always 18. Up on the outside second is Rated PJ. At the rail third is Believe Jerry. Moving up 4th is Smith and Western. Moving up 5th as they race around the turn is Carmen's Oh So Famous. And the last horse as they race around the turn is Rated PJ. As they head down the backside and race over toward that quarter-mile mark, Ronnie Gillespie has Always 18 on the front end. Racing in there second, that is Rated PJ, driven by Clifton Bell. Third is Smith and Western, driven by Greg Mason. First quarter was paced in 28 seconds. As they race around that upper turn to come down past the stands for the first time, out there on the front end, that is Always 18. 2 lengths back second is Smith and Western. On the outside third is Rated PJ. At the rail fourth as they race around the turn is Carmen's Oh So Famous. Racing in their 5th is Believe Jerry. The last horse is Rockin' Pippa. Coming to the half-mile mark. That's Ronnie Gillespie at Always 18, bringing the horses to the half. Sitting in the golden chair second, that's Greg Bateson with Smith and Western.
59 and 1.
First half paced in 59 and 1/5 seconds. As they round the turn now to head down the backside to race over the 3/4 mile mark. The one to catch is Always 18. 2 lengths back second is Smith and Western. Still racing in their third. That's Carmen's Oh So Famous, and now Pierce Henry's out and on the move with Carmen's Oh So Famous. He's now second and going after the leader. Going to that 3/4 mile mark. That's Still always 18 with the lead, but on the outside is Carmen's Oh So Famous, and right there third. That's Smith and Western, followed by, I believe, Jerry fourth.
29 and 3.
3/4 in 129 and 3/5. As they race around that upper turn to head for pay dirt. That's always 18 along the rail, and on the outside, Carmen's Oh So Famous. They are only heads apart as they turn to home. Carmen's Oh So Famous on the outside, always 18 at the rail. Carmen's Oh So Famous and always 18. It's going to be Carmen's Oh So Famous. Always 18 up for place, up for show is Smith and Western. 1 mile in 1:58 and 4/5.
1:58 and 4. Tables have turned this week. Last week, it was always 18 by 3 1/4 lengths over Carmen's Oh So Famous. 58 and 4. Carmen's Oh So Famous. 2 fractions at 28, 59 and 1, 129 and 3. Carmen's Oh So Famous got away fourth and just past the 5/8. Pierce Henry pops out with Carmen's Oh So Famous and matches strides through the last 3/8 of a mile with always 18 and wins it by about 3/4 of a length. 28, 59 and 1, 129 and 3. Pierce Henry gets his second winning drive of the meet. Pierce had a winner last night. Carmen's Oh So Famous is trained by Joe Paver.
And now moving down the track to the winner's circle, where the winners go. Coming in from Raymond and Marysville, Ohio, comes number 6, Carmen's Oh So Famous. Owned by Dennis and Joe Paver, trained by Joe Paver, and driven to victory this evening by Pierce Henry. This is the Skyworks of Perrysburg and Egg Pro of Gibsonburg Trophy Race. That's a big hand here for Dennis and Joe Paver, Pierce Henry, and Carmen's Oh So Famous.
As we mentioned, the 2-year-old bay colt by Western fame out of the Mr. Wiegels mare, Oh So Wiegels Spatial. You remember that name, Matt, from a few years ago, probably 5 years ago. This very well could be her first colt. Won quite a few races, I believe, as a 2-year-old. For Joe Paver, owned in partnership by Dennis Paver and Joseph Paver of Raymond and Marysville, Ohio. Smith and Western got up for second, and always 18 finished third.
Fourth. Number 2, Rockin' Pippa was 5th. Number 3, Always 18 was 2nd. Number 4, Rated PJ did not finish. Number 5, Smith and Western was 3rd. Number 6, Carmen's Oh So Famous was the winner. Time of the first quarter was 28 seconds. The half was in 59 and 1/5. The 3/4 in 129 and 3/5. With a mile in 158 and 4/5. Opposite read 4.52. DNF 3-1 on the bottom. A mile in 158 and 4/5.
Got
the upcoming race 4, number 1, Always in Range. Change the driver to Drew Neal.
Got a message. Someone said we was talking about C.M. Saunders in Michigan. Yeah, he was a big-time trainer there.
Okay.
Someone commented on. So, 4th race is up next. 2-year-old Colt Trot. A field of 7, 1 division for $13,560. And we'll be back to take a look at all 7 of these 2-year-old Colt Trotters right after this.
Midland Acres is proud to stand the prominent stallions, TCI, Long Tom, Ready for Money, Monty Mickey, Summa Cum Laude, and Bit of a Legend. With such great pedigree and speed in the stallion barn, Midland Acres will provide a diverse group of top yearlings in the sale ring for 2025. Visit us this fall at our consignments at the Blooded Horse Sale on August 26th, the Ohio Select Jug Sale on September 12th, and the Lexington Select Sale on September 29th through October 3rd. Let Midland Acres' experience in the industry lead you to the winner's circle.
The Ohio equine industry needs your help. I'm Scott Mogan, president of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association. With over 300,000 horses in Ohio, the economic impact of the equine industry in the state is over $2.8 billion. That means jobs that pump millions of dollars into the local economy and support thousands of families. For Ohio's equine industry to remain strong, we need to send a clear message to our legislators about the important role that the agricultural small businesses play in Ohio's economy. To do that, we need your help. PACER, the Political Action Committee for Equine Racing, helps support and inform on issues that could positively affect Ohio harness racing. Please consider a donation to PACER. To donate, visit our website at ohha.com or call 614-221-3650. Your donation will help keep harness racing strong in Ohio. Thank you for your support.
We're back here at Oak Harbor, Ottawa County Fair. It's warm tonight, Matt.
It sure is.
It's really warm. Did you drive in any rain last night?
No,
Okay.
Nope.
We drove in a little when we got maybe to Lima.
No kidding.
We'd had a little nice shower in Salina last night during the races when we were here, I guess. But it is warm, and right now that flag, very little movement out of that flag.
Yep. It is a hot summer evening right now out here at the Oak Harbor Fair.
I believe we got a crowd, but maybe not quite as nice as we had last night, which I can understand maybe with this heat.
I did ask Eric Poorman there of the tote company how they did last night, and he just said very good. So they were happy with
I heard 7,700.
Oh, really? Okay, good.
Which is good for county fair in today's, the way things are. They just don't bet like they used to.
No. And the fair wasn't really open last night
right.
even, so, I mean, that had to hinder it a little bit.
So we'll look at some of these 2-year-old colt trotters before we get our post parade. Number 1, always in range, Drew Neal drives for Rosie Weaver. Joe Bagel, the son of In Range, a $12,000 Buckeye Classic purchase. Heartland Acres owns 4 starts, has a win. That win was at Paulding. First start of the year, 2-12-1. The 1, always in range, driver Drew Neal. Greg Bateson will drive number 2, Watt Luck for Ernest Stairs. 2-year-old Bay Colt by Watt the Hill. Out of the Cincinnati Kid Mare, Ellen's Lucky Roll. Ayers owns 2 starts, has a win. Win at Marion in 2:23. Last time out, finished second, just beating a half a length at Bellefontaine. Trotted in 2:05-4. Pierce Henry, the 3, Tomboy's Dream. Bob Rollin owns of Jackson, Michigan. Bob Rollin at Trains. First career start for Tomboy's Dream. 4, Trottin Marcel. Bill Webb, 2-year-old Bay Colt by Marseille. Webb also owns. Ronnie Gillespie will drive. 2 starts, has a third. Last time out, finished 4th at Marion, trotted in 2:28-4. That was over that sloppy track. Five is Fast Break. Bob Rollin, 77-year-old Bob Rollin, drives and trains and owns this 2-year-old Bagel, the son of a Long Tom. $9,000 Buckeye Classic purchase, 2:11-4 last time out at Paulding. 6 is Whiskey Twist, Clifton Bell for Chris Beaver, 2-year-old Bagel, the son of Ready for Money. C. Beaver, J.R. Ballstack, and L.F. Fleming own 3 starts, 2 seconds. Last time out, finished 4th, 2:08-2 at Bellefontaine. Rosie Weaver, the 7, got the money, honey. She owns a partnership with Heartland Acres and Gabby D. And 2-year-old Bagel, the son of Ready for Money, a $42,000 purchase last fall. Had a win at Marion of 2:23-2. The 7 got the money, honey. Got to do a little bookwork here. We got some passports to put some stickers on. What's that? And you were here yesterday? You was not. You're an honest person, and I was going to put 2 stickers on there. Is JB Magic going to win tonight? You got your fingers
Got
crossed.
fingers crossed, yep.
You just never know what horse is going to show up, right? But he looked good the other night at Bellefontaine. Oh, there's 3 of them. They just get today's?
Nancy's, no, they get yesterday's in.
Oh, both of them?
Yeah,
Get,
Nancy and Dan still both.
In this upcoming race 4, number 1, Always in Range, is wearing trotting hobbles tonight. Trotting hobbles on number 1, Always in Range.
He enjoyed listening. I thought Matt did a good job yesterday when he told him he should be announcing too. He knows his stuff.
yeah, yes, he does. She's bragging you up.
Yeah, yeah.
He could replace me
No.
a lot better than I could replace him.
Doug, this 3-horse, I had to go back and take a look at him. So Ruffles have ridges. This is a
that name rings a bell.
Little brother to Stony Ridgetop, who is in the Gordon Woody Trot later tonight.
Okay.
So
yes, Ruffles has. Okay.
Yep, $7,000. I swear, I went to every sale in Ohio this year, and there wasn't hardly any trotters under $10,000. So I mean, I don't understand how this thing got away for $7,000 bucks. 'Cause he's a nice looking colt. I mean.
Yep.
But who knows? You know, that was a long time ago. When he was a yearling, he might have filled in pretty good since then, or grown quite a bit, or whatever. But I mean, as long as he's able to walk in and out of the ring on his own power, I probably would have spent 10. You know, but he is a nice little horse, nice looking little horse. We'll see. I did have to go back and see Stony Ridgetop while I was walking around back through there earlier, though. Speaking of that, well, I Get It has the track record here, and that was Bob Rowland's horse. So
okay.
Him and Stony Ridgetop used to go at it there a couple years ago, and it kind of came down to whoever drew inside of who.
Yes.
Really, those two would battle it out. And I Get It. He's got track records all over this circuit, I think, still to this day. For a while there, he was breaking his own track records year after year.
So I only see 2 out. 3 out. Field of 7. 3 need 4 more. Yeah, when I looked with it, saw the driver change to Pierce Henry on the 3 Tomboy's Dream, the one that's out of the Ruffles Have Ridges mare. I thought, well, Bob Rowland maybe it hit 77 years old. He's a good driver. He's been driving every year. I thought, well, maybe he's not going to drive. And I looked down. He's driving 5 fast breaks, so Bob Rowland has 2 in here. He does a nice job with his horses. Very nice job.
Yeah, he's tough with the trotters for sure.
Yes. But last night, and I believe tonight, I marked it. I don't believe he went yet. Oh, he's in the 6th race. Charles Little, 83 years old.
Yeah, he drove one last night.
He drove last
right?
night,
Yep.
yes. We talked about Doc Schoonover. Everybody knew Doc Schoonover from the Findlay area. I probably called his last win, and I remember they posted that picture on the USTA webpage, him going across the wire. I think he was 92 years old or something like that.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, he was still driving at Raceway Park.
Yeah, he was driving
at
at Raceway
90s,
Park,
yeah.
yes, yes.
Yeah, his daughters would always show up and kind of help Paddock.
Yes, he was a dandy. Good old guy. I actually got the Doc Schoonover Award about 5 years ago for doing something for County Fair Racing. Yep, Doc was a good old guy.
Running them off a little slower tonight. There might be some lines down there at the mutual windows. Kind of hard to see from here. I did enjoy the steak sandwich, Doug. That was an excellent call on the steak sandwiches. If you're coming out, I recommend it.
I said, boy, we thought you'd be open last night. They said, why would we be open last night? I said, well, they had races here. They did?
You're kidding. They didn't even
They didn't know that. They said we would have been here.
I bet quite a few of them would have, honestly.
They said we would have been here if we knew that.
Yeah. I mean, there were a lot of people here last night. They would have made some money.
Like he's in Ohio, like more than Brett. I
Our start printing post word for race 4. This is the 2-year-old colt trot. This is the Kaiser Sound and Communication of Fremont Trophy Race, going for a purse of $13,560. Number 1 is Always in Range, owned by Heartland Acres of Walhonding, Ohio, trained by Rosie Weaver, the driver Drew Neal. Number 2 is What Luck, owned and trained by Ernie Ayers of Sand Creek, Michigan, the driver Greg Mason. Number 3 is Tomboy's Dream, owned and trained by Bob Rowland of Jackson, Michigan, the driver Pierce Henry. Number 4 is Trottin' Marseille, owned and trained by Bill Webb of Defiance, the driver Ronnie Gillespie. Number 5 is Fast Break, owned, trained, and driven by Bob Rowland of Jackson, Michigan. Number 6 is Whiskey Twist, owned by Chris Beaver of Radnor, Ohio, James Belisack of Strongsville, Ohio, Leo Fleming of Campbellville, Ontario, and B.G. Maines, also of Ontario, trained by Chris Beaver, the driver Clifton Bell. Number 7 is Got the Money, Honey, owned by Rosie Weaver of Beach City, Heartland Acres of Walhonding, Cabby D. LLC of Hudson, and David Jury of Bucyrus, trained and driven by Rosie Weaver. Horses will take 1 score and go to the gate. Mute show windows closing in 4 minutes. There's win, play, show.
Matt talking about sandwiches, since it wasn't open here, we stopped to get a sandwich last night before we got up on 75. We take 105 in here and stopped at a Wendy's, but we had to go by, is it the Stroh Center?
Oh, yeah, they're in Bowling Green.
Yeah, I've only been there one time, and it was dark. I think we played the second game Salina did, probably 10 years ago. And it was dark, so I really didn't get a look at the outside of the facility that close. But it's a gorgeous facility, isn't it?
Yep, real nice campus down there.
Yeah. You probably shot a lot of ball games in there, haven't you?
Yeah, yep, well, a lot of basketball and football.
Do you still do some football? You do football there this
Yeah,
fall?
we'll see. After jog, it's tough. It's kind of a cutthroat business. Once the first guys that get in, and as long as they say yes the next week, they kind of keep the same people.
I see, yes.
I can't really get into it until after Delaware, so I'm already a few weeks behind.
Yeah.
But I can always pick one up here or there, and then it kind of snowballs. So
I'm sure like the football, Eddie George is going to be the coach this year.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's pretty cool. Hope I
now,
get to run into him.
Can you remember when Urban Meyer was coach here?
I don't. I know that he was, but I don't remember that. I was always more of a Toledo fan.
Okay.
I guess growing up, it was just closer to us. I hope Steve Bateson isn't listening. But yeah, Toledo had who was it? Belichick, I think. He started off. I'll have to double check that. Somebody big, I think it was Bill Belichick, started off at the University of Toledo.
Well, field of 7 trotters completed a score. The gate is getting ready to move into position. Flag's moving a little bit. We got a little bit of a breeze. It's better than it was here 20 minutes or a half hour ago. Boy, the sweat was rolling off of me, getting in my eyes. I could hardly see to look at the program.
It's miserable. I mean, I shouldn't say miserable. It's not pleasant.
Wings of the gate open. John Ingram's called him in. The Wepkenburg starting gate awaits the field of 7 2-year-old colt trotters for $13,560. Let's send it up to Bill Peters.
Whiskey Twist with Got the Money, Honey on the outside. There at the post. Starting gate is rolling now. Here they come. Here, off and trotting the first horse away is What Luck. On the outside, second is Trottin' Marseille. Moving up third is Fast Break. On the extreme outside, that's Whiskey Twist. Moving up fifth, that is Tomboy's Dream. Racing sixth is Got the Money, Honey. And the last horse is Always in Range. As they make the turn now to head down the backside to race over that quarter-mile mark, Greg Bateson has What Luck on top by 2 lengths. Trotting in there second is Trottin' Marseille, driven by Ronnie Gillespie. Third is Fast Break, driven by Bob Rowland. Right there fourth, that's Whiskey Twist, driven by Clifton Bell. Racing in there fifth is Tomboy's Dream, driven by Pierce Henry. Racing 6 has Got the Money Honey, driven by Rosie Weaver, and farther back 7th is Always in Range, driven by Drew Neal.
29 and 2.
First quarter trotted in 29 and 2/5 seconds. As they race around that upper turn to come down past the stand for the first time. That's still What Luck by a length and a half. Trottin' Marseille trotting right there second, followed by Fast Break in their third. Moving up on the outside fourth now comes Got the Money Honey. Coming to the half-mile mark, that's What Luck with the lead, but Got the Money Honey is flying on the outside second. Racing third at the rail, Trottin' Marseille.
102 and 2.
First half trotted in 102 and 2/5. As they round the turn now to head down the backside to race over that 3/4 mile mark. That's What Luck along the rail with the lead. Racing in their second is Got the Money Honey. Third is Trottin' Marseille. Fourth is Fast Break. Racing fifth is Whiskey Twist. Sixth is Tomboy's Dream. Off stride now goes Got the Money Honey as they go to the 3/4 mile mark. That's What Luck now by 4 lengths over Trottin' Marseille.
31 and 4.
3/4 in 131 and 4/5. As they race around that upper turn to head for pay dirt, What Luck now goes off stride. Trottin' Marseille now takes over along the rail. What Luck back trotting second. Moving up third along the rail is Whiskey Twist as they race for home. That's Trottin' Marseille and What Luck. Trottin' Marseille, What Luck really digs in coming on. Trottin' Marseille and What Luck. It's going to be Trottin' Marseille, and here the outcome. What Luck up for place, Whiskey Twist for show.
3 and 1.
A mile in 2:03 and 1/5.
Well, Ronnie looked over and said something to Bateson there after the wire. Maybe thank you, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, Bateson had a lot of trot coming at him after that break.
Sure did.
Just right at the top of the stretch, it looked like it was going to be What Luck. And Greg Bateson, fractions of 29 and 2. He was on the front end all the way, 102 and 2, 131 and 4. Holman 203 and 1, but made the break just right at the top of the stretch and opened the door for Trottin' Marseille. 2-year-old Bago, the son of Marcel. Out of the Pegasus Spur Mare, Trottin' Brook. Owned by William Webb of Defiance. Bill Webb trains. Ronnie Gillespie gets the winning drive. Third start for Trottin' Marseille in a young career. Home winner, 203 and 1/5. Second was the 2 What Luck. Unofficially third, I had the 6 Whiskey Twist. Ronnie Gillespie, I believe, had a winner last night. Gets his second winner, I believe, of the day. He won the second with Catch the Express. Back here in the fourth with Trottin' Marseille. Here, you're going to get a good look at our winner. Ronnie Gillespie going to the winner's circle with Trottin' Marseille.
To the winner's circle where the winners go. Coming in from Defiance, Ohio, comes number 4, Trottin' Marseille. Owned and trained by Bill Webb and driven to victory this evening by Ronnie Gillespie. This is the Kaiser Sound and Communication of Fremont Trophy Race. That's the leg hand here for Bruce Morgan, Ronnie Gillespie, and Trottin' Marseille.
Bill 726.
Here are the official placings for race 4 from the top. Number 1, Always in Range, was 7th. Number 2, What Luck, was 2nd. Number 3, Tomboy's Dream, was 6th. Number 4, Trottin' Marseille, was the winner. Number 5, Fast Break, was 4th. Number 6, Whiskey Twist, was 3rd. And number 7, Got the Money Honey, was 5th. Time of the first quarter was 29 and 2/5. The half was in 102 and 2/5. The 3/4 in 131 and 4/5. with a mile in 2:03 and 1/5. From the top, it should read 7:26, 1:43, 5 on the bottom. A mile in 2:03 and 1/5. First lifetime win for Trotton Marseille.
Well, up next is the 5th Second Division 3-year-old Colt Trot for $6,530. Field of 5, and we'll be back to take a look at these 5 trotters right after this.
Cool Winds Farm is one of Ohio's premier standardbred breeding farms. Cool Winds stands the popular Dancin' Yankee, Jug winner Southwind Aussie, and the royally bred Western Fame. Cool Winds Farm is proud to present our yearling consignments at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway on Friday, September 12th, and at the Standardbred Horse Sale in Harrisburg during the Cool Winds of November.
Who feeds your need for new ideas for your family's best farm future? Ohio Farm Bureau. We work with our members to shape ag policy that will positively impact our industry. Farm Bureau is advancing business solutions to give you a competitive advantage. We help you gather information to stay ahead of important topics and technologies. Plus, Ohio Farm Bureau creates opportunities for growth. Ohio Farm Bureau, feeding your need for new ideas.
Make summer memories this year at the Ohio County Fairs. The Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association will be live streaming every race this year, and we want you to be there. Be a part of the excitement with the 2025 Ohio County Fair Racing Passport. Stop by the OHHA broadcast location in the grandstand to pick up your passport and stamp. Get stamps at every fair you attend. Prizes will be awarded to those that attend the most racing programs. Get your passport at the first fair you attend or call the OHHA office at 614-221-3650. Harness Racing, the fastest ride at the fair. The roots of harness racing are born at the county fair. For over 150 years, people have gathered to watch horses battle it out for fame and glory. Catch the thrills this summer at an Ohio Fair Racing Conference County Fair. The OFRC races at 22 fairs in 20 Ohio counties. Trotters and pacers put it all on the line to be called the best in the Buckeye State. The Ohio Fair Racing Conference, where the path to greatness begins.
Back at the Ottawa County Fair, Oak Harbor, Ohio, on the banks of the Portage River.
Just saw my buddy from last year. There's a petting zoo behind us. It's free to get in,
Okay,
but they sell you snacks to feed them.
Okay.
There's a camel in there, which that was the first time I'd ever been up close to a camel. I mean, that thing was like a puppy dog. It just rubbing its head all over me, and I think probably expecting some treats, and I was too cheap to buy. I just wanted to go walk around for free. But good to see the fair open. There's some people walking the midway.
So you get a few days off. We'll be together again on Sunday and Monday evening at Tiffin.
Yeah, I got Bucyrus between.
Oh, that's
now
right.
and
You
then.
do have Bucyrus.
They're calling for some possible storms Wednesday and Thursday, so hopefully we can.
That's going to be too bad
skate
because
that.
both the Washington Courthouse is a big night of racing, and same with Bucyrus. They have the Buckeye Stallion Series. I think there's 5 divisions, a 6 o'clock start. And for those of you out there listening, I believe they have 16 races at Bucyrus scheduled for Thursday, and they moved that post time up to 5.
Yep.
Talking about post times, I mean, back in the day when I first started announcing, 7:30, 8 o'clock would be post time.
Yeah. Yeah, then most of these places don't even have track lights anymore. I mean,
No,
not even bad ones. They're just gone.
Yes, right. Not even bad ones.
I remember, at my days at Raceway Park, we had, a couple people put in bids to try and do some work on ours because they were getting pretty rough there in the last few years. And, I mean, they came back like $250,000 or something. It was so expensive to replace those older style lights and even just to replace them with LED, which would have been the way to go, but everybody kind of knew the way that things were heading that way at the time there at Raceway.
Can you remember when Steve Cross announced there?
Oh, yeah.
And Sam McKee?
And Sam, yeah.
And
I was so spoiled growing up because, I mean, like Sam, you mentioned, I had him at Raceway Park, Northwell Downs, DRC, and then, the Meadowlands. I mean, just growing up, and, he kind of set a bar for me almost, And
he would fill in at a lot of fairs for me when he first got his start. And Walpock closer for me, but I think it overlapped with Urbana. I'd been doing Urbana longer than I did Walpock, so one night overlapped. And his mom had to drive him to Walpock from Michigan. And he was probably 14 years old.
Really?
And the governor was there that night, Governor James Rhodes. And he would tell me every year I would see him till the year he passed. And, 6, 7 years ago, whatever year that would have been, I think it was in 17 he might have passed. Said, I can remember that night you sent me to Walpock. I got to introduce the governor. He would tell me that every year. And I had a check. He said, just pay me. He did about 4 or 5 nights of fairs. He'd go to Eaton. I forget. He went to Walpock, Canetta. I forget where all he would go for me. I had fairs that would overlap. And so he said, just wait and pay me when I'm finished with all 4 or 5 nights. So I had wrote him a check, and this was probably from 1978 to 80. I'd written him that check, and he signed it. And for some reason, I told him one year, I said, I have that check for you that you signed. That was one of your first paychecks you ever got as an announcer. He said, I'd like to have that. So I threw it in my top dresser drawer where I keep odds and ends stuff. And I can remember the last time I talked to him was the fall at the Red Mile, and then he passed that next March. And he asked me, he said, did you bring that check today? And I said, no. But that following year, they planted a tree for him by the Jug Barn in his memory, and his wife was there for that, Christine. Mm-hmm. And I gave her that. No, I didn't. I talked to her then. I sent her a sympathy card and had that check in it and explained to her Sam always wanted that.
Yep.
Yeah, but Sam and I go back a long, long way. I can remember I was just a youngster when I started with Roger in 74, and then I was the first one he started, and Sam was second. And he told me one day, I went to see him at the log cabin on Jug Morning, saying 78. I'm just throwing that year out there. I'm pretty close. And he said, there's a young gentleman that's wanting to become an announcer. His name's Sam McKee. I've never met him. And he said he's sitting over here by his parents. He's going to be sitting in front of the bleachers. So he said, I want you to go over there and meet him with me. So he had never met him. I'd never met him. And we went over there, and we both met Sam at the same time, and the comment he was. And then Sam had went the next year right after the Jug out there to announce some races with him. And Roger said to both of us, he said, if you want to be announcers, you got to get your blankety-blank haircut. Well, I listened. I got mine cut. But I can remember that. Yeah, we both met Sam at the same time. Sam, he was a great announcer.
Yeah,
and a
he
good
sure
guy.
was.
Yes.
Unbelievably good
Yes.
guy. Every year after the Jug, my mom and dad, my sister and myself, we'd always try and catch him on his way back over to the log cabin. That'd be our one time we actually, always would know we'd get to see him then. Mm-hmm. Did he call much at Delaware? I know he did the broadcast.
He called at first. Yeah.
Okay.
He
kind of
called
like how Jason does now.
Yes, that's what he
Roger.
did. And then yes.
Yep.
And actually, the first job I was ever offered was in 1974 at Raceway Park. And I just started had some, back then had a half a dozen fairs. I'd have to give them up. I just got married and started my regular job where I worked. And I'm glad I didn't take the job because I think about that next month they had a massive fire there. Can you remember that?
Oh, yeah. There was tons. I mean, I don't remember, but, there's a lot of pictures and stuff around when I worked there.
I filled in there 3 or 4 times for, I think, Steve Cross.
I still really enjoy listening to Steve call races, too.
Yes.
Also printing postword for race 5. This is the second division of the 3-year-old colt trot. This is the Holcomb Enterprises of Port Clinton and Streaker Tractor Sales of Fremont Trophy Race, going for a purse of $6,530. One is What's Shakin', owned by W.J. Donovan of Delray Beach, Florida, trained and driven by Ronnie Gillespie. Number 2 is Uncle Johnny's Secret, owned by Mike Sweeney of Delaware and Lemmer Racing LLC of Rockwood, Michigan, trained by Mike Sweeney, the driver Curtis Harper. Number 3 is Dr. Speed, trained and driven by Tom Moore Jr. of Napoleon. Number 4 is Jar Shinnon, owned by Chris Beaver and Carolina Ortiz Acosta of Radnor, Ohio, trained by Chris Beaver, the driver Clifton Bell. And number 5 is Groove Pavement, owned by Suzanne Bates of Gibsonburg and Joel Shevak of Woodville, trained by Ty Bates, the driver, Pierce Henry.
Well, it's a field of 5. Second Division 3-year-old Colt Trotter, $6,530 on the line. Ronnie Gillespie, the one. What's Shaken? The winner last year of $130,000. What's Shaken was last year's 2-year-old Colt Trot. Next generation winner, $151,000 lifetime. Is yet to find the winner's circle this year. 55-4 is a 2-year-old at Sauda Downs. Number 2, Uncle's Johnny's Secret, Curtis Harper for Mike Sweeney. 3-year-old Bay Gelding by Uncle Peter out of the Muscles Yankee Mare. Muscles Secret, Sweeney in partnership with Lamar Racing own. 8 starts this year, has 3/3, $23,000 lifetime. 2-year-old Mark of 201-3 at Delaware. Tom Moore Jr. owns, trains, and drives the 3 Dr. Speed, $11,500 Buckeye Classic purchase. 3-year-old Bagel, the son of Enterprise, has 3 starts on the year and a 3rd. Yet to find the winner's circle and get a lifetime mark in his 2 years of racing. Clifton Bell drives number 4, Jar Shannon for Chris Beaver. 3-year-old Brown Gold, the son of Uncle Peter out of the Malabar Man. Renovate, Beaver in partnership with Caroline Ortiz of Radnor, Ohio owns. 5 starts this year, has a 3rd. Qualifying mark is a 2-year-old at Sauda Downs of 202-2. And rounding out the field will be number 5, Groove Payment, Pierce Henry for Ty Bates. This a $40,000 Ohio Select purchase 2 years ago. The 3-year-old Bay Golden son of a Long Tom has 4 starts on the year, is yet to hit the board. Owned by Susan Bates in partnership of Joel Shevek out of Glidebuster Mare, Lady Glider. Pierce Henry, the 5, Groove Payment. Field of 5, completing their score. They'll be going to the gate. Action tomorrow at Carrollton County Fair. Let's get you those post times. That's all the action we have for you tomorrow. Roger Houston's going to be giving you the call. 12 o'clock post and a 5 o'clock post. I believe they have 11 in the early card and 12 in the evening. That's Home Talent Colt Stake. Washington Courthouse Fair, Fayette County Fair, Wednesday and Saturday. That's this Wednesday, the 16th, the 5 o'clock post. Saturday, the 19th, 11 a.m. A big night of racing this Wednesday at Washington Courthouse. As they have chamber night, they have all kind of great giveaways. A wiener dog races after the final race. Wiener take all for $1,000. Bucyrus, Crawford County Fair, Home Talent Colt Stakes, Wednesday and Thursday. This Wednesday and this Thursday. 6 o'clock post on Wednesday with Buckeye Stallion Series and 16 big ones to go to the post on Thursday. That post time has been moved up at 5 o'clock at Bucyrus on Thursday. Starter John Ingram has called him in. Leppinburg starting gate comes to the top of the stretch. Field of 5, 3-0 Colt Trotters. Let's go to Bill Peters.
Here they come. They're up and trotting. The first horse away is What's Shaking. Dropping in their second is Uncle Johnny's Secret. Dr. Speed moves up third. Fourth is Jar Shannon, and the last horse is Groove Pavement. Off stride now goes Uncle Johnny's Secret. As they make the turn now to head down the backside to race over that quarter-mile mark, Ronnie Gillespie has What's Shaking on top by about 6 lengths. Trotting second is Dr. Speed, driven by Tom Moore Jr. Moving up third along the rail, that is Groove Pavement, driven by Pierce Henry. Racing in their fourth after going off stride is Jar Shannon, driven by Clifton Bell. The last horse, Uncle Johnny's Secret, driven by Curtis Harper.
28-1.
First quarter trotted in 28 1/5 seconds. As they race around that upper turn to come down past the stands for the first time, What's Shaking now shows on top by about 12 lengths. Dr. Speed trots second. Racing third, Groove Pavement. Fourth is Jar Shannon, the last horse, Uncle Johnny's Secret. Coming to the half-mile mark, that's Ronnie Gillespie with What's Shaking all alone on the front end. Then comes Dr. Speed, driven by Tom Moore Jr. First half trotted in 57 1/5 seconds. As they round the turn now to head down the backside to race over to that 3/4 mile mark, The one to catch is What's Shaking. The closest horse second is Dr. Speed. Racing third now is Jar Shinnin. Fourth on the outside is Uncle Johnny's Secret. The last horse is Groove Pavement. Going to the 3/4 mile mark. That's still What's Shaking with the lead. Racing second, Dr. Speed. Moving up third is Uncle Johnny's Secret. Fourth, after going off stride again, is Jar Shinnin, and then the last horse, Groove Pavement.
27 and 2.
3/4 in 127 and 2/5. We could have a new track record here if this horse keeps this up, coming around that last turn up through the home stretch. Let's bring him home. What's Shaking all alone in the front end. What's Shaking, Uncle Johnny's Secret, second, trying to catch up. As they race for home, that's What's Shaking and Uncle Johnny's Secret. What's Shaking and Uncle Johnny's Secret. It's going to be What's Shaking, wire to wire, and here's the outcome. Uncle Johnny's Secret up for place, up for show is Dr. Speed. A mile and 2 minutes. He didn't quite make the track record.
Boy. He certainly didn't need to.
No, Ronnie kept driving. There's no doubt about it. 59 and 4 for 3-year-olds. 3-year-old Colton Gildings, 58 and 2 is the all age. I actually figured he would get the all age. He didn't get it either.
Yep.
28 and a fifth, 57 and 1, 127 and 2. What's Shaking, 151,860 coming in. That'll go to about 154, 155 now for the 3-year-old Bay Golden Son of Wat the Hill out of the Conway Hall mare. Broadway's sister, W.J. Donovan of Delray Beach, Florida, owns. Ronnie Gillespie gets his third winning drive of the evening, and Ronnie also trains this fine trotter who last year was a winner of the Next Generation, took his mark as a 2-year-old of 155 and 4/5. Has tried the Buckeye Stallion Series earlier this year, had a 5th place finish last time out. Ohio Sire Stake, he finished 3rd back on the 7th of June at Northfield Park.
I noticed when he came by here slow earlier, that horse Ronnie has a choke plate on him, so I think he might be a little hot. And
okay.
He definitely let him go to the half. Anyways, he looked like he was really grabbing on when he came in front of us, though, even in that 57 and 4 half or whatever it was. I mean, he looked like he was wanting to go a lot more.
And now moving down the track into the winner's circle, where the winners go. Coming in from Delray Beach, Florida, comes number 1, What's Shaking, owned by W.J. Donovan and trained and driven to victory by Ronnie Gillespie.
Set off at the 1-5 post-time favorite, returns $2.40 to win. One, two, three, try, returns $10.
Here for Dalton Walls, Ronnie Gillespie, and What's Shaking, the winner of race 5. There are the official placings for race 5 from the top. Number 1, What's Shaking was the winner. Number 2, Uncle Johnny's Secret was second. Number 3, Dr. Speed was third. Number 4, Jar Shinnin was fourth. And number 5, Groove Pavement was fifth. Time of the first quarter was 28 and 1/5. The half was in 57 and 1/5. The 3/4 in 127 and 2/5 with a mile in 2 minutes. From the top it should read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a mile in 2 minutes.
Well, 6th race is up next. It's a field of 6. 3-year-old Colt Pacers. The second division for $6,920. We'll be back here to the Ottawa County Fair in Oak Harbor, Ohio, right after this.
With more than 300,000 horses in Ohio, the economic impact of the equine industry in the state is over $2.8 billion. Much of that value comes from standardbred horse owners, breeders, trainers, and drivers who participate in the sport of harness racing. The mission of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association is to preserve, protect, promote, and serve the entire standardbred industry in Ohio and beyond. To learn more about the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association, go to ohha.com. That's ohha.com.
The roots of harness racing are born at the county fair. For over 150 years, people have gathered to watch horses battle it out for fame and glory. Catch the thrills this summer at an Ohio Fair Racing Conference County Fair. The OFRC races at 22 fairs in 20 Ohio counties. Trotters and pacers put it all on the line to be called the best in the Buckeye State. The Ohio Fair Racing Conference, where the path to greatness begins.
Well, we're back at the Ottawa County Fair. On to the sixth race. Field of 6, 3-year-old pacers. Pierce Henry trains and drives number 1, Real Trooper, owned by Jeffrey Batt. This is a homebred 3-year-old brown gelding by Dancing Yankee out of the Real Desire mare, Cashmere's Dreams. 5 starts this year, has 1/3. $4,889 lifetime. On July 8th, raced at Bell Fountain. Finished 4th, beaten 12 lengths, pacing a mile. 2:01 and 2 was beaten by JB Magic, who comes out of post 2. Drew Neal will drive the 2 JB Magic. Ty Bates trains for Robert Geist of Salina. 3-year-old gray gelded son of Fear the Dragon out of the artificial mare. Type A Gray was bred by Emerald Highland Farms. JB Magic has struggled somewhat this year, but found his winning way. Last week at Bell Fountain was a winner by 2 3/4, cutting the mile through fractions of 29 and 2, 58 and 129 home. A winner in 159, getting his first win of the year. 9 wins last year in 14 starts, a 2 2/3, 54,805 last year. The winner 152 and 2 4/5, and Buckeye Stallion Series action at Scioto Downs as a 2-year-old. JB Magic, they found out, did have some stomach ulcers. They think that might have been his problem there for about 4 or 5 weeks where he was not racing the best. But back on the winning track the last time out, a winner in 159. Clifton Bell, the 3, it's time to Cody. Robert Brooks trains. 3-year-old Roan gelded son of Lost in Time. Out of the No Pan Intended mare, Greystone Alone. Thomas Little of New York owns. 8 starts, has 1/3. Last time out, finished 4th, beaten 2 3/4 at Bell Fountain, pacing a mile in 2:03. Curtis Harper, the 4, waffles again, SBGR. Mike Sweeney is the trainer. Saved by Grace Ranch owns of Dayton, Ohio. The 3-year-old bay-gelded son of Western Vintage out of the Camluck mare, Warm Waffles. 9 starts, has 2/3. Did not race as a 2-year-old last time at Bell Fountain. Finished 3rd, beaten 2 1/2, pacing a mile, 2:02 4/5. Charles Little, the 83-year-old driver, Charles Little, will drive number 5, Ob's Age. 3-year-old bay-gelded son of Big Beam out of the Polo player, Polo Ob. Charles Little, Sunbury, Ohio owns. Terry Henry trains. Has 1 start of the year, finished 5th, beaten 12 1/4, that at Bell Fountain, pacing a mile, 2:01 2. And Mark St. Louis Jr., the 6, Believe in Tom. Steve Novak for Gerald Migel, 3-year-old bay-gelded son of a Long Tom. This is a Long Tom pacer. 6 starts, 2 wins, 2 seconds, a 3rd, 16,162, 154 and 2, 5 back on the 13th of May at Northfield Park in a non-winners. Last year was a winner 6 times. Earns $50,000 last year as a 2-year-old, a mark of 53 and 2 at Scioto. Lifetime $66,490 for the Long Tom pacer. Believe in Tom. Nice breeze right now, Matt.
Yeah. Yep.
Do we have many watching tonight? Are you getting any comments? I can't pick anything up on my phone.
I'm sorry. I was looking. Could Hilliard be done already? Is that,
Yes,
how
they
many-
probably are. They started at 4, and
I don't remember.
I don't know
I know
if
they
they
only had 6 in the morning. But
they might have.
I don't know what they had in the evening.
They didn't have any more than 10, 8 to
Okay.
10. So if you do 4 an hour with no betting, they do not bet there, no wagering. So yes, they very well could be done at 6:30, and they started at 4, so that's 2.5 hours. If they had 10, they probably would be done.
Well, now we'll put Oak Harbor up on Facebook then. But we can only do 2
Okay.
at a time. They just won't let us do 3.
I'm just not
so.
pulling much up on my phone at all. I do not have many bars at all.
Let's see.
I haven't looked here lately. No, I just
It's tougher to do, comment on.
Hilliard
YouTube.
is finished.
Okay, all right. I just looked down and thought there was maybe a problem down there, but let's see here.
My phone is very slow. They're on race 9, I believe, at Lebanon, the Warren County Fair.
We've got 150 watching on YouTube.
What's that?
150 on YouTube
Really?
watching Oak Harbor.
Pretty-
Yep.
Many comments, or can't you pick comments
Let's
up?
see. Hello from Sydney, watching from Navarre, Ohio. Let's see. I messed up the graphics at one point.
They told you about that?
Oh, yeah. Yep, we'll see what happens now when we now that we're over on Facebook. It'll be easier for people to comment and chime in, but now a lot of people probably already switched over to the YouTube. Oh, here we go. Now Jay Wolf wants to help out. He's been busy watching Hilliard all day, I guess. Now he'll join
Now
the Matt and Doug party.
we're second best.
Yeah,
huh?
yep, sounds like.
You thought our old buddy would have been watching us.
Yeah, welcome to the broadcast, Jay.
Yeah, you'll be with Jay Wednesday
Yeah,
night,
Wednesday,
I believe?
Thursday, yep. I think both days over there at Cyrus. I hope.
Word for race 6. This is the second division of the 3-year-old colt pace. This is the Genoa Mini Mart and Champ Chicken Trophy Race, going for a purse of $6,920. Number 1 is Real Trooper, owned by Jeff Batt of Defiance, trained and driven by Pierce Henry. Number 2 is JB Magic, owned by Bob Geist of Salina, trained by Ty Bates, the driver Drew Neal. Number 3 is It's Time to Cody, owned by Thomas Little IV of Eastburn, New York, trained by Robbie Brooks, the driver is Clifton Bell. Number 4 is Waffles Again SBGR, owned by the Saved by Grace Ranch of Dayton, Ohio, trained by Mike Sweeney, the driver Curtis Harper. Number 5 is OBS ACH, owned by Charles Little of Sunbury, Ohio, trained by Terry Henry, the driver Charles Little. Number 6 is Believe in Tom, owned by Jerry Migel of Westland, Michigan, trained by Steve Novak, the driver Mark St. Louis Jr. There's Win, Place, Show, Exacta, and Trifecta Wagering here in race 6. Against the bars, we're getting your horses ready for race 7.
There you had the post parade, second division, 3-year-old colt pace. Only action tomorrow on the Ohio Broadcast Network will be at the Carrollton County Fair. They have a double header. See if I can pull that up here. My notes, a Carrollton County Fair, 12 noon tomorrow and a 5 o'clock, hometown at Colt Stake. I believe Don Tiger might be hosting that. Owner Charlie May. They have 11 in the early card and 12 on the late card. Hall of Famer Roger Houston will give you the call. Currently at 3-5, number 2, JB Magic. JB Magic, the gray goat son of Fear the Dragon from post 2, and the Roan Gilding by Lost in Time. Coming out of post 3, It's Time to Cody. 2 grays of different color there, the 2 JB Magic and the 3 It's Time to Cody. Mike Webkenberg's starting gate moves into position. John Ingram is our official starter. The wings open. He is called for the Pacers. A field of 6 make their way to the gate. Real Trooper, JB Magic, It's Time to Cody, Waffles Again, SBGR, OBS ACH, and Believe in Tom is on the outside. The gate is rolling. It's post time for the 6. Send it up to Bill Peters to give us a call.
SBGR, OBS ACH, and Believe in Tom. They're at the post. Starting gate is rolling now. Here they come. They're off and pacing. The first horse away is JB Magic. On the outside second is Waffles again, SBGR. Dropping in their third is Believin' Tom. Moving along fourth, that's Real Trooper. Fifth at the rail, it's Time to Cody. And the last horse is OBS ACH. As they head down the backside, the race over to that quarter-mile mark, Drew Neal has JB Magic on top by a half a length. On the outside second is Waffles again, SBGR, driven by Curtis Harper. Now moving up second along the rail is Believin' Tom, driven by Mark St. Louis, as Curtis Harper takes a seat in their third with Waffles again, SBGR.
28 and 3.
First quarter pace in 28 and 3/5 seconds. As they race around that upper turn to come down past the stands for the first time, that's JB Magic, who's the holder of the truck record here for 2-year-old colt pacers, out there on top by a length and a half. Racing second is Believin' Tom. Waffles again, SBGR racing third, Real Trooper fourth. Up on the outside fifth, it's OBS ACH, and the last horse is It's Time to Cody. Past the half-mile mark, that's still JB Magic with the lead.
58 and 3.
First half paced in 58 and 3/5 seconds. As they round the turn now to head down the backside to race over to that 3/4 mile mark. The one to catch is JB Magic. The closest horse second along the rail is Believin' Tom. Racing third is Waffles again, SBGR. As they head down the backside, fourth is Real Trooper. Fifth, that is It's Time to Cody. And the last horse, OBS ACH. Past that 3/4 mile mark, that's still JB Magic by a length and a half over Believin' Tom. 3/4 and 128. As they race around that upper turn to head for pay dirt. Now Mark St. Louis makes his move with Believin' Tom. He charges up on the outside to pour on the pressure on JB Magic. That's JB Magic along the rail. Believin' Tom on the outside. They're only heads apart as they race through the lane. JB Magic on the inside. Believin' Tom on the outside. It's got to be Believin' Tom, and here the outcome. JB Magic up for place. Waffles again. SBGR up for show. 1 mile and 1:57.
1:57. Midway down the stretch, about 50 yards from the wire, Believin' Tom got up to nail JB Magic. Believin' Tom. Mark St. Louis Jr. for Steve Novak. Gerald Meigel of Westland, Michigan owns. 3-year-old Bagel, son of a Long Tom, gets his third of the season. Earlier in the year, 54-2 at Northfield Park as a 2-year-old had a mark of 153-2 at Sauda Downs. 28-3, 58-3, 128. All the fractions were set by JB Magic, and the 2-hole trip went to Believin' Tom, and he got the best of JB Magic in the stretch drive. Unofficially third, I had the 4 Waffles again, SBGR. The 6, Believin' Tom, set off at 3-5.
Bob and Chris Geist have to be pretty tickled at how well JB Magic has raced here the last couple starts, you know, after the beginning to the season that he had. There's no shame in losing to this horse. This is an awful nice piece who just won this one.
He a winner of 66,000 coming in. I'd take him to right at 70,000 with the odd dollars added on there. He's about a $70,000 lifetime winner in his 2 years of racing. Mark St. Louis Jr., our leading driver last year here at the fairs, behind Believin' Tom.
Wherever the winners go. Coming in from Westland, Michigan, comes number 6, Believin' Tom. Owned by Jerry Meigel, trained by Steve Novak, and driven to victory this evening by Mark St. Louis Jr. This is the Genoa Mini Mart and Champ Chicken Trophy Race. Let's have a big hand here for Nicole, Braden, and Brian Novak, Mark St. Louis, Stacy Curry, and Samuel. Let's have a big hand for all of them here and Believe in Tom, the winner of race 6.
Five, 2, 4.
5, 2, 4.
Yeah, 5, 2, 4.
There are the official placings. Race 6 from the top. Number 1, Real Trooper was 5th. Number 2, JV Magic was 2nd. Number 3, It's Time to Cody was 4th. Number 4, Waffles Again SBGR was 3rd. Number 5, OBS ACH was 6th. And number 6, Believe in Tom was the winner. Time of the first quarter was 28 3/5. The half was in 58 3/5. The 3 quarters in 128 with a mile in 157. From the top it should read 5, 2, 4, 3, 6, 1, a mile in 157.
Well, it's on to the 7th 2-year-old colt pace. Clifton Bell will drive number 1, Nighthawk Racer. Pierce Henry, the 2 captain, said. Michael Lee will pick up the drive on the 5. Smoke on the water. Field of 6. We'll be back to take a look at these 6 2-year-old colt pacers right after this.
In Ohio, Hickory Lane Farm has the stallions you are looking for, like What the Hill, Uncle Peter, and In Range, as well as Branded by Lindy, Jug Winner Luz Pearlman, Racing Hill, and Guardian Angel Oz. Hickory Lane will offer a host of Ohio sired yearlings this fall, including 6 by In Range, 5 by Uncle Peter, 4 by Guardian Angel Oz, and 1 by What the Hill. Find out more at hickorylanefarm.com.
Do you love horses and the outdoors? There are hundreds of immediate openings across Ohio for caretakers and grooms. Work with these beautiful animals every day. Health insurance, vision care, prescription benefits, and a retirement plan are available to those that qualify. Help care for these beautiful animals. Immediate openings across Ohio. For more information, visit OhioHorseJobs.com. That's OhioHorseJobs.com.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at BigD'sWeb.com. Sign up for text messaging and receive $10 off your order. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Back at the Ottawa County Fair, Ohio Fair Racing Conference action here at Oak Harbor. Field of 6, 2-year-old colt pacers getting set to battle for $7,080. Clifton Bell will drive number 1, Nighthawk Racer, the 2-year-old bay goat son of Racing Hill. This is a homebred owned by Ivy Holdings of Apple Creek, Ohio. 4 starts, has 1/3. That third the last time out at Bell Fountain, pacing a mile. 2:03 4/5 for Nighthawk Racer. Pierce Henry, the driver's change of 2 captains, said for Thad Doty. Deer Lake Stables own. The 2-year-old is by Well Said out of the Captain Treacherous mare Enchanted Path. 3 starts, has a 3rd place finish. That 3rd place finish at the Paulding Fair on the 10th of June. Paced the mile in 2:05 3. Drew Neal, the 3, Kyer Chap. Drew Neal also listed on the 6. Becky Zubkoff owns and trains, along with Leslie Investments, 2-year-old bay goat son of Racing Hill out of the Sportsmaster mare Shamati. First career start for the 3, Kyer Chap. Jacob Baird, the 4, Mama's Holy Tear. Daryl Baird trains, the 2-year-old bay goat son of Western Tear. out of the All-American Native Mare, Mother's Day Miracle. Daryl Baird in partnership with Nathaniel Baird, Mount Blanchard, Ohio owned. This is a homebred also. Second start, made several breaks at Marion over that sloppy track. Finish distance. Number 5 is Smoke on the Water, Michael Lee. Owns, trains, and drives. Dr. Jill Dentel of Delta, Ohio is part owner. 2-year-old Bay Golded son of Catch the Fire out of the Western Hanover Mare Unsolved Mystery was a $20,000 Ohio Select purchase. Second career start, finished 5th at Paulding, pacing in 2:09 and 2. Tried a qualifier on the 19th of June at Northfield Park, and it was distance, the mile in 58 and 2. Number 6, the Ebony Dragon, Drew Neal, also listed on this. Ty Bates drives the 2-year-old Bay Colt by Fear the Dragon out of the Always a Virgin Mare. Glorious Virgin, a $12,000 Buckeye Classic purchase. Susan Bates in partnership with Cedar Point Racing, Fremont, Ohio owned. 5 starts this year and has been to the winner's circle all 5 times. 5 in a row. The Ebony Dragon trying to make it 6 in a row. 58 and 4 at Bellefontaine last week. Winner by 7 1/4 at Marion over that bad track, and 6 and 1 that sloppy track. 2 minutes, was a winner by 3 lengths at the Putnam County Fair in Ottawa. Pickaway County Fair in Circleville was a winner by 4 3/4 of 2:01. And at Paulding, first career win came in 2:04 and 2. So just getting faster and faster every week. The Ebony Dragon looks to be a bargain at $12,000. Bred by Emerald Highland Farm.
3 out, that leaves 3 to go.
Good looking horse too. They have him listed as brown, but he's awful dark. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, he looks almost black to me. I really like dark horses like that. Just think they look classy out there.
5 for 5, but looking to make it 6. Looking at, just looking down the line at the others, on paper, he should have no problem of getting his 6th win. I'm sure Drew Neal is driving the 6. We'll have to see who is driving the 3. Kyer Chap. Looks like Greg Bateson drives the 3. Greg Bateson will drive number 3, Kyer Chap. Rolling right along here, we have 3 races left. 2-year-old and 3-year-old Pace. A condition Pace is up next. We'll close things out with the Gordon Woody Trot. Scratched down to a field of 4, that 9th race, Stony Ridgetop, and Force It All, Cruising Cass, and Solar. A lot of money earnings in this Signature Series Trot. I'm going to add them up. Adding quickly, I believe that final race, Stony Ridgetop, that's going to be a good one. 166,000, 287,000 for Enforce the Law, 319,000 for Cruising Cass, 134,000 for Solar. Pretty good earnings there in that 9th race, the Gordon Woody Trot. So you're going to want to stick around for that, and that's 2 races away.
The last horses are just coming out.
Looks like they're just on race 10 down there at Lebanon. They've got 18 of them tonight, right?
Yes. And they should have, they used to, I don't know. I know that I haven't been there for years. They tore the grandstand down probably a dozen years ago after the meet left there and went to Dayton. Or to Miami Valley, I should say that meet went to
went down there and saw Jeff Nysonger for a freshman focus with Roger.
Okay.
This spring. Swelsey was one that he highlighted on there, and he just won a division of the Sire Stakes. Finished second to I'll Bet Your Boots in the Next Generation, I think.
Yes, he did.
So awful nice little pace and colt Jeff's got down there.
Our separating postword for race 7. This is the second division of the 2-year-old colt pace. This is the Southeastern Equipment Company Incorporated of Perrysburg Trophy Race, going for a purse of $7,080. Number 1 is Nighthawk Racer, owned by Ivy Holdings of Apple Creek, Ohio, trained by Robbie Brooks. The driver is Clifton Bell. Number 2 is Captain Said, owned by Deer Lake Stables LLC of Osseo, Michigan, trained by Thad Doty. The driver, Pierce Henry. Number 3 is Kyrie Chap, owned by LaSalle Investments LLC of LaSalle, Michigan, and Becky Zubkoff of South Salem, Ohio, trained by Becky Zubkoff. The driver, Greg Bateson. Number 4 is Mama's Holy Terror, owned by Daryl and Nathaniel Baird of Mount Blanchard, Ohio, trained by Daryl Baird. The driver, Jacob Baird. Number 5 is Smoke on the Water, owned by Michael Lee of Rudolph, Ohio, and Dr. Jill Dental of Delta, Ohio, trained and driven by Mike Lee. And number 6 is the Ebony Dragon, owned by Suzanne Bates of Gibsonburg, Ohio, Cedar Point Beach Racing of Fremont, trained by Ty Bates. The driver, Drew Neal. That's the barns. We're getting your horses ready for racing.
Well, the 7th race, a 2-year-old colt pace, field is 6. The Ebony Dragon at 1-9. As we mentioned, that 9th and final, Matt, the Signature Series Gordon Woody Trot, the field of 4 that's going postward with a scratch of the 1 Swan on a Mission. These 4 have won 100 races. It would be 125 if we didn't scratch the 1 Swan on a Mission. The 4 starters, Tony Ridgetop, Enforce the Law, Cruz and Cassie, and Solar, have made $908,000 in their lifetime. If the 1 Swan on a Mission did not scratch, that would take this to $1.1 million in earnings for this field. But the 4 that go postward have 100 career wins between the 4 of them and $908,000 in career earnings. The Gordon Woody Trot will go off in about a half hour here at the Ottawa County Fair. But right now it's the 7th. Field has completed their score. Getting ready to go to the gate. The Ebony Dragon, 5 for 5, trying to make it 6 for 6. The 2-year-old brown colt by Fear the Dragon. Out of the Always a Virgin mare, Glorious Virgin, in partnership with Susan Bates and Cedar Point Beach Racing. Drew Neal for Ty Bates. Can you get can you see the shot of the field over there with the Portage River in the background? Can we see that pretty close?
Yeah.
Not much action. Earlier we saw a jet ski go by.
Yeah, yesterday I think I only saw a pontoon boat, and real early on there was a speedboat out there. But not much
too
action.
bad right now. We got just a little bit of breeze. Just for about a half hour, and about a half hour ago is when it was really miserable here.
Yep.
But it's not bad at all right now.
No, it's getting a lot more reasonable.
Nighthawk Racer, Captain Said, Car Chap, Mama's Holy Terror, Smoke on the Water, the Ebony Dragon looking to make it 6 for 6. Wepkenburg starting gate is rolling. John Ingram has them all lined up and ready for a start. Bill Peters will give us the call. Bill in his 56th year of calling races. His 66th year, I should say. His 66th year.
Here, up and facing the first horse away at the rail is Nighthawk Racer. On the outside second is Captain Said. Moving up third is Smoke on the Water. On the outside fourth is the Ebony Dragon. Racing in their fifth is Mama's Holy Terror. And the last horse is Kyrie Chap. As they make the turn now to head down the backside to race over toward that quarter-mile mark, Pierce Henry moves Captain Sid up to gain command by 2 lengths. Racing in there second is Nighthawk Racer, driven by Clifton Bell. Third is the Ebony Dragon, driven by Drew Neal. Racing in there fourth is Smoke on the Water, driven by Michael Lee. Fifth is Mama's Holy Terror, driven by Jacob Baird. The last horse, Kyrie Chap, driven by Greg Bateson.
28.
First quarter pace in 28 seconds. As they race around that upper turn, they come down past the stand for the first time. That's still Captain Sid with the lead, but now flying up on the outside comes the Ebony Dragon. He's now second and going after the leader. Racing in there third along the rail is Nighthawk Racer. Fourth is Smoke on the Water. Fifth is Mama's Holy Terror. The last horse, Kyrie Chap. Past the half-mile mark, now the Ebony Dragon takes over by 2 lengths over Nighthawk, over Captain Sid.
57 and 2.
First half pace in 57 and 2/5 seconds. As they round the turn now to head down the backside to race over that 3/4 mile mark. That's the Ebony Dragon with the lead. Captain Sid racing second. Third is Nighthawk Racer. Moving up fourth along the rail, that's Smoke on the Water on the outside. Fifth is Mama's Holy Terror, the last horse, Kyrie Chap. Going toward that 3/4 mile mark. That's still the Ebony Dragon with the lead. 2 lengths back second, but now only 1 length behind comes Captain Sid, and right there third is Nighthawk Racer.
26 and 4.
3/4 and 126 and 4/5 as they race around that upper turn to head for pay dirt. That's the Ebony Dragon by 1.5 lengths over Captain Sid. Trying to hold on for show position is Nighthawk Racer, but charging up on the outside comes Mama's Holy Terror. As they race toward home, that's the Ebony Dragon and Captain Sid. The Ebony Dragon and Captain Sid. It's going to be the Ebony Dragon, and here they all come. Captain Sid up for place. Looked like Mama's Holy Terror got up for show. 1 mile and 1:57, equaling the track record for 2-year-old Colt Pacers.
Wow.
JB Magic, I believe, has that record. The sheet I have from the office shows the 2-year-old Colt Pace was feeling frisky, and Brian Brown 58 and 2 in 2020. But I'm pretty sure it's JB Magic had that record last year. Yes.
Both Ty Bates trainees.
Yes. If I recall, Ty Bates had several track records last year. This horse a bargain at $12,000.
Boy, I'd say.
I'm sure maybe what caught Ty's eye, Emerald Highland Farms. That's who JB Magic was raised and bred with, and it was a Fear of the Dragons, JB Magic. This, the Ebony Dragon, is a Fear of the Dragon out of an Always a Virgin mare. JB Magic, I believe, was also out of an artificial mare.
And now moving down the track into the winner's circle where the winners go. Coming in from Gibsonburg and Fremont comes number 6, the Ebony Dragon, owned by Suzanne Bates and Cedar Point Beach Racing, trained by Ty Bates, and driven to victory by Drew Neal. And the Ebony Dragon is now 6 for 6. And has equaled the track record here for 2-year-old Colt Pacers, 157, set last year by JB Magic.
Yeah, he's listed as brown, Doug. I'm not seeing much brown on
No,
that horse at all.
No, not at
I think
all.
even when he was a baby, I mean, his name's the Ebony Dragon. I would think that some kind of mistake.
Trainer Ty Bates in the winner's circle. This is one of the fractional ownerships. Part owner was Susan Bates, Cedar Point Beach Racing.
Drew Neal and the Ebony Dragon. For race 7 from the top. Number 1, Nighthawk Racer was 4th. Number 2, Captain Sid was 2nd. Number 3, Kyrie Chap was 6th. Number 4, Mama's Holy Terror was 3rd. Number 5, Smoke on the Water was 5th. And number 6, the Ebony Dragon was the winner. Time of the first quarter was 28 seconds. The half was in 57 and 2/5. The 3/4 in 126 and 4/5 with 1 mile in 157. From the top it should read 4-2-6, 3-5-1, 1 mile and 157, equaling the track record for 2-year-old Colt Pacers. In the upcoming race 8,
Well, it's on to the 8th race. This is a condition pace, a field of 6. We'll be back to Oak Harbor, Ohio, right after this.
At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year, providing advanced specialty care for sports horses from all stages and disciplines. Our expert team of boarded surgeons and sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sports horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661. Dublin Valley Farms, home of Volstead Sire of 2024 Ohio Horse of the Year Sugar Instead. Also standing at Dublin Valley Farms, Slay, a promising young son of Chapter 7 and Coach K Hanover by world record holder Walner. Looking for your next winner? Dublin Valley Farms and our clients are offering an exciting lineup of yearlings with current and fashionable pedigrees. Available at public auctions this year. Backed by a team that cares, Dublin Valley Farms, Fredericksburg, Ohio.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
Back at Oak Harbor, 2 races to go. A condition pace for 2-year-olds and also eligible non-winners of $2,500 lifetime, also eligible maidens. We'll follow that up and close things out. The 2025 Ottawa County Fair with a Gordon Whitty Signature Series trot. It should be a good one. Scratched down to a field of 4, Sony Ridgetop and Force the Law, Cruisin' Cassie and Solar. 100 wins for these 4 throughout their career. Earnings of $908,000 lifetime for the field of 4 in the Gordon Whitty trot. Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association broadcast will be live tomorrow at the Carrollton County Fair in Carrollton. Hometown at Colt Stake action. 11 races kick off at 12 noon. 12 races at 5 in the evening. Roger Houston will give you the call of the card there at Carrollton. Washington Courthouse, Wednesday and Saturday. This Wednesday and Saturday. Wednesday is a 5 o'clock post. Saturday, 11 a.m. start. This Wednesday, big night of racing. If you like giveaways, get to the Fayette County Fair in Washington Courthouse on Wednesday evening. They have a great night of giveaways, chamber night there, all kind of great giveaways. After the final race, stick around for the Wiener Dog race. It's Wiener Take All for $1,000. The winner gets $1,000. Also this week, Wednesday and Thursday, Buckeye Stallion Series action at the Crawford County Fair in Bucyrus. They have 12 races on Wednesday, a 6 o'clock post. That's going to be a big night with the Buckeye Stallion Series. 5 divisions of the 2-year-old colt trot. They come right back Thursday evening, the 17th. That's this Thursday. 16 races. A special note, 5 o'clock post on Thursday. 5 o'clock post on Thursday at Bucyrus. That post time has been moved up.
And you've got a little time to get rested up, Doug, because you're going to be hitting
Yep.
it hard next week, it sounds like.
Yes. I enjoy going to Courthouse. That'll be Wednesday and Thursday. Yes, it's going to be a busy week. I'll meet you at Tiffin on Sunday night, and then going to head to Marysville. I don't know how far a drive. I'm going to guess an hour and a half to get from Marysville to Tiffin. So I don't think that'll be too bad. It's been a long week here. I've enjoyed these last 4 days, but it was a long haul. It was a 198-mile drive for me to Wellston.
Yeah.
It's a long way there. We had some difficulties. We had a little bit of rain come in Saturday night. I was hoping to be on the road about 9:15, and then because it was a 3-hour drive for me, and Susan kicked me out of there after 8, so I did get home at 12:30. I did get on the road right at 9:30, but we wasn't delayed by rain, but we had an accident. And just different things when something goes
right
wrong,
down. Yeah.
it's a domino effect, and that's just the way it was.
I'd like to get down there and see Washington Courthouse sometime on their
Oh,
chamber
you
night.
never
I've
had a
never
chance
done
to be
it.
there?
No, I've heard it draws a huge crowd for the wiener dog.
They do. It's chamber night. They give a lot of great prizes. They bring a TV celebrity in from, the newsman or weather person from Columbus. I don't know what channel it is. They have, several stations in Columbus, but he'll MC the giveaways.
I talked to one of the tote guys here yesterday. They said they would love to be able to allow wagering on the wiener dog race down there. It'd probably be record handle with the crowd they get down there.
Yeah.
I just don't know legally what
But
all that
in your
involves.
if people have Huff Guides this year, they got a wiener dog schedule in there.
Oh, do they really?
Yeah. Yeah, they got a wiener dog schedule.
I can't get over how huge that is. Mount Vernon was the same way. They had it there, and that grandstand was full for that. And then the horse races started, everybody left. Like, you can bet on these things. Where are you people going?
This is a pace for two-year-olds and 3-year-olds. Also eligible non-winners at $2,500 lifetime. Also eligible maidens. This is the Rich Peterson Farms and McLaughlin Trucking Trophy Race, going for a purse of $800. Number 1 is ATI Race Your Own Way, owned by Ron Davis of Coopersville, Michigan, trained and driven by Greg Bateson. Number 2 is Custom Paint, owned by LaSalle Investments, LLC of LaSalle, Michigan, and Becky Zubkoff from South Salem, Ohio, trained by Becky Zubkoff. The driver is Drew Neal. Number 3 is Shady Prince, owned and trained by Bill Webb of Defiance, the driver Ronnie Gillespie. Number 4 is Rockabilly Special, owned by Dennis Paver of Raymond and Joe Paver of Marysville, trained by Joe Paver, the driver Pierce Henry. Number 5 is the X Factor, owned by K. Sarah Racing of Toledo, trained by Craig Wolf, the driver Mike Wolf. And number 6 is Yankee Moonlight, owned by Gem Stables LLC of Hudson, Michigan, trained and driven by Ed Conrad. There's Win, Place, Show, Exacta, and Trifecta Wagering here at Race 8. Attention the buyers, they're getting your horses ready for Race 9.
Well, it's a field of 6. Looking through, we do have a couple 3-year-olds. We have 4 2-year-olds and 2 3-year-olds. The 4, Rockin' Alibi Special, has 1 start on the year. The 6, Yankee Moonlight, has 1 start. The other 4 making their first career start. We have a Yankee Cruiser, I'm Gorgeous, a Dancing Yankee, a Shady Shark Hanover, an Art Director, and a Racing Hill. The Racing Hill, a $17,000 purchase. The 1, ATI Race Your Own Way. We do have a homebred, the 3, Shady Prince, owned by Bill Webb. Hard to bet this race, I would think, with all these first-time starters.
Yeah.
The 3, Shady Prince, had 10 starts last year, didn't hit the board, but made $1,400. He paced a mile 5 back in 2:01 and 1.
I think I'd put a couple bucks on.
I guess that's an Indiana bred. That would be at Portland, Indiana. Yes.
Oh, sure.
Would be at Indiana.
I was going to say I'd put a couple bucks on Mike Wolf just because I haven't been able to in 10 years. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've seen Mike Wolf drive a horse. He was always one of the top guys, if not the top guy at Raceway Park for a lot of years.
1 to 2 on the 3, Shady Prince. Mike Weffenberg's starting gate is moving. It's getting ready to get into position. The wings will open shortly, and the 6 pacers will make their way to the gate. Let's go to Bill Peters to give us the call of the 8th race.
Side on the way to the gate. The first horse in at the rail will be ATI Race Your Own Way. Then comes Custom Paint, Shady Prince, Rockabilly Special, the X Factor with Yankee Moonlight on the outside. They're at the post. Starting gate is rolling now. There they come. Off and pacing the first horse away is Shady Prince. On the outside second is Rockabilly Special. Up on the outside third is Yankee Moonlight. Between horses fourth is the X Factor. Racing in their fifth, that's Custom Paint. And the last horse is ATI Race Your Own Way. As they make the turn now to head down the backside to race over toward that quarter-mile mark, Ronnie Gillespie has Shady Prince on top by 1 length. Dropping in their second is Yankee Moonlight, driven by Ed Conrad. Third is the X Factor, driven by Mike Wolf. On the outside fourth is Rockabilly Special, driven by Pierce Henry. At the rail fifth is Custom Paint, driven by Drew Neal. And the last horse is ATI Race Your Own Way, driven by Greg Mason.
30 and 4.
First quarter pace in 30 and 4/5 seconds. As they race around that upper turn to come down past the stand for the first time, that is still up there on the front end is Shady Prince. Yankee Moonlight second along the rail. On the outside third now it's Custom Paint. Excuse me, that's Rockabilly Special on the outside third. Racing at the rail fourth as they come to the half-mile mark is the X Factor. Fifth is Custom Paint. The last horse, ATI Race Your Own Way. First half pace in 103 and 4/5. As they round the turn now to head down the backside to race over that 3/4 mile mark. The one to catch along the rail is Shady Prince. The horse pouring on the pressure on the outside second is Rockabilly Special. Yankee Moonlight third at the rail. The X Factor races in their fourth. Fifth is Custom Paint. And the last horse is ATI Race Your Own Way. The pace picks up a wee bit going toward the 3/4 mile mark. That's still Shady Prince with the lead. Rockabilly Special still second on the outside. Yankee Moonlight third, and now the X Factor gets into the mix of it, moving up on the outside fourth.
34 and 4.
3/4 in 134 and 4/5 as they race around that upper turn to head for pay dirt. That's still Shady Prince with the lead. Rockabilly Special on the outside second. Yankee Moonlight third at the rail with the X Factor fourth, and moving up fifth is ATI Race Your Own Way. As they race toward home, that's Shady Prince and Rockabilly Special. Shady Prince and Rockabilly Special. It's going to be Shady Prince wire to wire, and here they all come. Rockabilly Special up for place, up for show, Yankee Moonlight.
205 and 2.
A mile in 2:05 and 2/5.
Ronnie Gillespie gets his fourth winning drive of the evening. I believe that will be his sixth of the meet. Nope. His fifth to the meet. He had just one win last night. Shady Prince, Bill Webb trains and drives. 3 Obego, the son of Shady Shark Hanover. Gets his first career win, 30 and 4/5, 103 and 4, 134 and 4, 205 and 2. Those fractions were all set by Shady Prince. Set off at 1 to 2. Second was a 4, Rockabilly Special. Third, the 6, Yankee Moonlight. Fourth, the 5, the X Factor. I didn't realize, looking at the program, Mike Wolf would be 73 years old.
Well, I wouldn't have guessed that either, really. I mean,
is this the first he's been driving?
I haven't seen him in a while. I mean, I really don't know. I know that Casey and Craig, his kids, race over at Cleveland some, and
okay.
I mean, I just haven't followed it that much, but I haven't seen him drive for quite a while.
Yes, he's been to the winner's circle several times at Raceway Park.
Yeah. He drove for us some, and always felt pretty lucky when we were able to get him, because usually listed on a few.
There at the end, I mean, back in their heyday, they would go a full 5 days, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
At the end, were they just racing like a weekend, a Friday, Saturday, Sunday? They always raced Sunday, didn't they?
Yep. And then they went a little bit early on Sunday, and then they actually, like I kind of mentioned, the expense of trying to fix up the lights there toward the last year especially, they ended up moving post time to where they'd pretty much get done before it got dark.
Can you even tell there was a track there now?
No.
It's an apartment complex?
It's they park Jeeps there. I mean, it's just
okay.
barbed wire fence and.
Oh, really?
Yeah, can't see past it.
Number 2, Custom Paint was 6th. Number 3, Shady Prince was the winner. Number 4, Rockamole Special was 2nd. Number 5, The X Factor was 4th. And number 6, Yankee Moonlight was 3rd. Time of the first quarter was 30 4/5. The half was in 103 4/5. The 3 quarters in 134 4/5. With a mile in 205 2/5. From the top, it should read 561 243. A mile in 205 2/5. First lifetime win for Shady Prince. In the upcoming race 9, scratch the number 1 horse, sit. Number 1, scratch 6.
Little story about Ronnie Gillespie there leaving the winner's circle. It probably 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago when Ronnie just started to come this way to drive. It was we were at the Putnam County Fair in Ottawa, the Putnam County Fair in Ottawa, Ohio. Well, Ronnie leaves Greenville, Ohio, and he came to the Ottawa County Fair in Oak Harbor.
Oof.
And he called up there at Ottawa, Putnam County Fair, and said, "There's nobody there racing at the Ottawa County Fair." And they said, "Well, it's Ottawa, Ohio." He went the wrong place. That was 6, 7 years ago. That was always a good story on Ronnie. So, on to the 9th race, the 4-year-old.
It's a little confusing for a guy that's not from around here.
Exactly, yes.
Right.
Yeah, I think that was one of his first years back or second year that he was racing in this area. So we're going to take a break, Matt, and we're going to come back and we're going to talk about this Gordon Whitty trot. It should be a good one.
Midland Acres is proud to stand the prominent stallions, TCI, Long Tom, Ready for Money, Monty Mickey, Summa Cum Laude, and Bit of a Legend. With such great pedigree and speed in the stallion barn, Midland Acres will provide a diverse group of top yearlings in the sale ring for 2025. Visit us this fall at our consignments at the Blooded Horse Sale on August 26th, the Ohio Select Jug Sale on September 12th, and the Lexington Select Sale on September 29th through October 3rd. Let Midland Acres experience in the industry lead you to the winner's circle.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at BigD'sWeb.com. Sign up for text messaging and receive $10 off your order. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Well, we're back for the 9th and final of the evening and of the 2025 racing season here at the Ottawa County Fair in Oak Harbor. 9th race, the Gordon Whitty Trot. Signature Series for $2,550. $50. Dean Ward is in the crowd tonight. Have you been back there all night, Dean? I've just must have been concentrating on my. Did you bring OHHA director Rusty Voorhees with you?
3 out, that leaves 1 to go.
Hatfield and Rusty were standing there together, and Hatfield said 2 hours, and Rusty said too hot.
Too hot. 2 hours too hot. Well, here's a look at the 9th race. Signature Series Trot, Stony Ridge Top, John Koneski. Ruffles have ridges. The dam out of the Wishing Stone mare. 3 wins and 6 starts, 31 career wins, $165,000. Can't believe he's a 6-year-old. I remember we worked together when he was a 2- and 3-year-old, I believe. Didn't he make a very freak break one year at Wauseon, maybe his 3-year-old, and spotted him? I want to say he did.
Yeah.
A very freak break, I believe he did. And he spotted him by a lot of lengths, and came back and won. The 3 is Enforce the Law, Joseph Cramp, $287,000 lifetime, 28 career wins. 29 career wins for the 4, Cruz and Cassie, Drew Neal, Becky Zubkoff trains, $319,000 lifetime. 5 Solar, Jennifer Main, trains and drives, $135,000 lifetime and 12 career wins. $908,000 lifetime for this field of 4. If the 1 Swan on Mission was going to the gate, it would be over $1 million, 1.1 for these 5. 125 wins career for the field of 5, but scratch down to the field of 4, it's an even 100. Joe and Fran Darmafall make their way over toward the winner's circle in front of the judges' stand. Joe must be going to give a trophy here. Zoom in on there, and Joe and Fran do so much for harness racing during the county fair season. They're mainly with the Levan stable. They had 2 Buckeye Stallion Series winners last week. Hang Tide Honey L and the 3-year-old filly Pacer. I know it ends with an L, but I can't think of what the 3-year-old filly Pacer would be that won last Friday.
I took him off camera there.
Joe getting ready to go to the winner's circle.
I'm kind of surprised they didn't make the trip down to Hilliard. They had some horses. Legendary L was going down there in a 4-horse field.
Legendary L's the one, I think. Is that the 3-year-old?
Oh, wait, that was Hilliard. Yeah.
Well, Joe, they're from your area, up toward Toledo.
Sylvania.
They just don't like to drive in the hectic traffic around on 275 and that, because they didn't go to Sauda Downs for either of those Buckeye Stallion Series races.
Yeah, he has told me that before. He doesn't like anything past Columbus is kind of a stretch for them. I don't blame them. That's a haul.
Yeah. They'll get to Dayton. I see them at Dayton a lot in the fall. But they do. They promote the sport. They sponsor the Ladies Pace. He gave $100 last night to the winning driver, and he's sponsoring some of this Gordon Whitty Trot.
Our separating post word for race 9. This is your getaway race for the 2025 Ottawa County Fair. This is the Gordon Whitty Trot. This is for 4-year-olds and up, a part of the Signature Series. This is the Joe and Fran Darmafall Trophy Race, and they're going for a purse of $2,550. Number 1, Swan on a Mission, has been scratched. Number 2 is Stony Ridge Top. He's a bay gelding, 6 years old, by Wishing Stone. Out of Ruffles Have Ridges by Tom Ridge, owned by John Koneski III of Pemberville and Patrick Koneski of Bowling Green, trained and driven by John Koneski III. Lifetime earnings over $165,000, a lifetime mark 153 4/5. Number 3 is Enforce the Law. He's a bay gelding, 8 years old, by Triumphant Caveat. She's Jailbait by Jailhouse Jesse. Owned, trained, and driven by Joe Cramp of Northfield. Lifetime earnings over $287,000. A lifetime mark 155 1/5. Number 4 is Cruz and Cassie. He's a bay gelding, 10 years old, by Cassis. Out of Registered Nurse by Super Bowl. Owned and trained by Becky Zubkoff of South Salem, Ohio. Driven this evening by Drew Neal. Lifetime earnings over $319,000. A lifetime mark 155 4/5. Number 5 is Solar. He's a brown gelding, 8 years old by Father Patrick out of Jupiter by Donato, Hanover. Owned by Sally Wadsworth of Sandusky, Michigan. Trained and driven by Jennifer Main. Lifetime earnings over $134,000. A lifetime mark 155. Those are your horses for the 2025 Gordon Whitty Trot.
We would like to thank our fine sponsors bringing you the harness racing action here at the Ottawa County Fair in Oak Harbor, Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply, Dublin Valley Farm, thestable.ca, Hickory Lane Farm, Power Play Farm, Midland Acres, Cool Winds Farm, Ohio Farm Bureau, and DAC Vitamins. Just some of the fine sponsors bring you the broadcast this year.
And Monday, July 21st, post time 6 p.m. each evening. And then the Wood County Fair at Bowling Green will follow the following
Matt, Stony Ridgetop, John Konecki's have a lot of nice trotters, but this has to be one of his best, I would think, wouldn't it?
I would think. I know he's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
He's
a classy-looking horse.
He really is. He just looks so good.
Carries
out there.
himself well. He is right now at 1-9. 7-1 the 3 Enforce the Law, 5-1 the 4 Cruising Cast, and the longest shot on the board, 16-1, number 5 Solar. Dean Ward, is this your first trip here?
First time I was ever here, yeah.
You should have said something and rode along.
Well, I thought about it because we would have got home early or whatever.
Yep.
For years, I've been wanting to come up, but tonight we had a lot of local talent.
Yes.
The weather looked like it was going to cooperate, and I just wanted to see the place.
So the field of trotters have completed their score. The Mike Wepkenberg starting gate is moving now. Starter John Ingram is moving the gate into position. Shortly he will call for the trotters. They've completed their score. They're making their way to the gate. Bill Peters in his 66th year of calling races here in the state of Ohio. He's called races for over 50 years, probably 54, 5 years here at the Ottawa County Fair. Let's go to Bill to give us a call.
Here, off and trotting. The first horse away is Enforce the Law. At the rail second is Stony Ridgetop. On the outside third is Solar. And the last horse is Cruisin' Cassie. As they make the turn now to head down the backside, the race over toward that quarter-mile mark. Stony Ridgetop now takes over, driven by John Konecki III. 2 lengths back. Second is Enforce the Law, driven by Joe Cramp. Third is Solar, driven by Jennifer Main. And the last horse is Cruisin' Cassie, driven by Drew Neal. Heading toward that quarter-mile mark. That's Stony Ridgetop on top by 2.5 lengths over Enforce the Law. Solar trots right there third, followed by Cruisin' Cassie fourth.
28-3.
First quarter trotted in 28 3/5 seconds. As they race around that upper turn to come down past the stands for the first time. That's Stony Ridgetop by 1.5 lengths. Enforce the Law still trots in there second, followed by Solar and Cruisin' Cassie. 4 trotters in straight alignment as they come past the stands for the first time. That's still Stony Ridgetop with the lead. Racing right there, a close second is Enforce the Law. Solar is third and Cruisin' Cassie trails.
59.
First half trotted in 59 seconds. As they round the turn now to head down the backside to race over that 3/4 mile mark. The one to catch is Stony Ridgetop. The closest horse second is Enforce the Law. Solar still trots third, followed by Cruisin' Cassie fourth. No one has made the move as yet as they head down the backside toward that 3/4 mile mark. Still Stony Ridgetop on top by 1.5 lengths, but Joe Cramp's not letting him get away there with Enforce the Law. Solar third, now moving up on the outside. Fourth comes Cruisin' Cassie. past that 3/4 mile mark. That's Tony Ridgetop by 2.5 lengths. 3/4 and 128 and 4/5 as they race around that upper turn to head for pay dirt. That's tails Tony Ridgetop now by about 3 lengths. Enforce the Law second. Solar still trots third, followed by Cruisin' Cassie fourth. As they race toward home, that's Stony Ridgetop and Enforce the Law. Stony Ridgetop and Enforce the Law. It's going to be Stony Ridgetop, and here the outcome. Enforce the Law up for place. Up for third is Solar. 1 mile and 1:57 and 4/5.
1:57 and 4 for Stony Ridgetop.
That is a new track
Record for trotters here at the Ottawa County Fair. 1:57 and 4/5.
57 and 4, Stony Ridgetop. Bob Rollin in 2022, 58 and 2. Held it with Need a Winner. Bob Rollin had I Get It. 158 and 2, Duke Sugg. 58 and 2. Need a Winner and I Get It. I had no idea. He made it look so easy, man.
Yeah, effortless, right?
Yes.
He'd been off a month. I mean, this is probably just kind of a start to get him back tight and take a little bit of money off his card. He'd been racing in the Open.
28 and 3, 59, 128 and 4. Pretty much on cruise control. 6-year-old Bay Girl, the son of Wishing Stone, out of the Tom Ridge mare. Ruffles have ridges. John and Patrick Koneski own. John Koneski, the third. Trains and drives, 32nd career win. Probably $168,000 now in lifetime earnings for this 6-year-old.
Back into the winner's circle where one of the winners go comes your new track record holder here at the Ottawa County Fair. Number 2, Stony Ridgetop, owned by John Koneski III of Pemberville and Patrick Koneski of Bowling Green, and trained and driven to victory by John Koneski III. Now this was the Joe and Fran Darmafall Trophy race. Joe and Fran are in the winner's circle to present a plaque to John Koneski and also an extra $100 as a winning driver.
John Koneski, Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association director.
Yep.
Been a director for many years.
Sometimes it just amazes me when I walk into that room and the people that volunteer their time to be directors.
Oh, yes.
I mean,
it's not an easy job.
No.
You've got decisions to make.
And Darmafall here and Stony Ridgetop, your new track record holder for trotters here at the Ottawa County Fair.
Here are the official placings for race 9 from the top. Number 1, Swan Ornament.
Had been drawn. Number 2, Stony Ridgetop was the winner. Number 3, Enforce the Law was second. Number 4, Cruisin' Cassie was fourth. And number 5, Solar was third. Time of the first quarter was 28 and 3/5. The half was in 59 seconds. The 3/4 in 128 and 4/5 with a mile in 157 and 4/5. From the top it should read, scratch 1, 2, 4, 3 on the bottom. The mile in 157 and 4/5. A new track record for trotters here at the Ottawa County Fair.
That concludes our racing here for the 2025 Ottawa County Fair. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming out to enjoy the races here this year. And I hope you'll all be back next year for the 2026 Ottawa County Fair and the Harness Racing Program. The Jensen Horsemen, thanks for racing here at the Ottawa County Fair this year.
We're going to take a commercial.
Yeah,
come
let's
back.
take a quick commercial break.
Quick
We'll
commercial.
do a
We'll
little
come back
recap.
and wrap things up here at Ottawa County Fair in Oak Harbor.
At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year, providing advanced specialty care for sports horses from all stages and disciplines. Our expert team of boarded surgeons and sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for Dublin Valley Farms. home of Volstead sire of 2024 Ohio Horse of the Year Sugar Instead. Also standing at Dublin Valley Farms, Slay, a promising young son of Chapter 7 and Coach K Hanover by world record holder Walner. Looking for your next winner? Dublin Valley Farms and our clients are offering an exciting lineup of yearlings with current and fashionable pedigrees. Available at public auctions this year. Backed by a team that cares, Dublin Valley Farms, Fredericksburg, Ohio.
And then the evening card gets off at 5 o'clock. Home Talent Colt Stake. Wednesday, Washington Courthouse. And Saturday at Courthouse. Wednesday at 5, 11 a.m. Washington Courthouse post time for Saturday. A big day of racing on Wednesday at Courthouse. If you like giveaways, that's the place you want to be. All kind of giveaways. The Chamber Day there, it's a great day of racing. Post time at 5 this Wednesday. They close the card out with a big wiener dog race. They have eliminations earlier in the day, but after the final race, there's 13 big ones Wednesday at Courthouse. $1,000 wiener take all. Big night of racing on Wednesday and Thursday, especially Wednesday at the Crawford County Fair in Bucyrus. Buckeye Stallion Series, I believe there's 5 divisions of the 2-year-old trot, all going for $20,000. Right there's $100,000 in purse earnings. Thursday, 16 races. This Thursday, they moved post time up to 5 o'clock at Washington Courthouse. Matt, that wraps it up here at Oak Harbor. It was a great week, a little warm.
Yep, good couple days. The track was in good shape. Got to see my buddy Stony Ridge Top go out of winter, close out the meet.
And you'll be at Bucyrus.
Bucyrus. I believe day one is Ashley J. Wolf and myself on Wednesday for 12 races.
I'll join you next Sunday night at Tiffin.
Yep. I do enjoy Tiffin Fair. It's a nice fair.
So till then, for Matt Clark, Doug Ballinger, rounding that final turn and heading home. So long, everyone.